doing.
Well,
Committing crimes.
we almost all of us got a level, except for the people that didn't.
Yep. Were you guys leveled?
I just need to roll health.
Here, we
And
go into the Underdark or not?
Time-wise, other feat.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what we were deciding on.
Memes aside, the last thing that happened was you guys talked to the Duchy, negotiated some sort of help for Westground and Cheliax as a whole, and then Zeta started up ZTV. If I remember correctly, Radis got very little sleep, woke up pretty early, and started watching ZTV with the Shemeen show so that he could learn some deal making. I'm going to double check this, but it should be Callistril the 9th, early morning. And suppose you guys get up, do your morning preps, and I assume all head down to the main room where Radis is watching some ZTV. And let me go ahead and move you guys over. But as you guys get downstairs, the forges are being prepped by a lot of the forge hands, and I guess who all is going to be down first?
Sable.
Okay.
Probably the martial character specifically.
Yeah.
Leland would be... Are we still making guns? I was not here.
Yeah, we're still making a gun.
We're trying.
Okay. Then...
Okay. So, as all of you start to funnel down, when the last of you kind of gets in there, you guys are kind of just having some morning discussions. I'm sure there's breakfast about. And the ZTV kind of sputters and then disappears. Also, Killswitch's hands revert to their correct positions,
Ow.
as well as Donovan's armor unfusing from him.
What about my hair?
Back to its natural color.
No.
Skyside, right?
Yes.
Does my armor still work?
What do you mean by work?
Does it still feel light?
It's a supernatural. I think that works in a without magic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Extraordinary ability.
Yeah, I think extraordinaries are the ones that work. Supernatural don't, if I remember right.
It's a physical thing.
Yeah.
Whatever god likes me allows it to happen.
That would be supernatural.
Right, true.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Dustin would be an expert on supernatural.
That would definitely be a Dean trait.
So, we just lost all the magic.
Zeta's in the middle of meditating in front of a house of cards. It's unusually still for Zeta.
Yeah, part ways through Francis's prayers in the morning. He's gonna walk up to Zeta hands
Hmm.
slathered in junk, being like, Zeta, I think I've lost my mojo.
Absolutely slathered.
Just not enough flies are on for some reason.
He chose his words very carefully.
Something definitely seems wrong.
Kind
Does
of
it-
gestures wildly, flinging shit everywhere. Zeta, I've lost my mojo.
Well, then we have to go find it.
What do you think it is?
I suppose it's probably where you last left it. Mojos don't just get up and walk away.
I last had
Maybe
it
not your
last
mojo.
night. Then I went to sleep.
Abel's gonna look out the door. See what's going on outside.
For the most part, people don't seem to notice anything different.
Reasonable.
Should we be concerned?
Probably. Probably.
Hmm.
You try
It's
something.
like this
Zeta.
all around the city.
Cast a spell, Zeta. Let's see if you can. If you've got your mojo still.
And
quite
that was
the
her
spell.
attempt at casting a spell.
I cast Fire Sneeze.
Raps twitches.
It's a level 2 spell.
You're actually casting Fire
Does
Sneeze.
Zeta need to roll a reflex save?
It wouldn't be a reflex save. It'd be a. I don't even remember. I think it's just an attack. I think he just attacks anything that's spell casts.
Yeah, you just sneeze out a gout of fire real quick.
No, there's no.
That's
You
an
you
actual
can go to.
spell.
Yeah, it's a real spell.
Yes.
When you go to cast the spell, you can actually feel. There's nothing taking. Nothing. Normally, there's a something substantial that you can feel when casting spells. There's nothing there.
It's just not here. It's bad news. I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
So there's
Francis, I don't
no-
like this.
There's no like weather phenomenon. It's just like a bright, shiny, normal day.
Yep. Birds are singing. Children are playing in the streets.
Do you think the devils are punishing us, Zeta?
No, the devils don't know we're here.
I'm not so sure about that.
I'm pretty sure about that.
How can you be sure?
Dude, just trust me.
I guess you've never misled me before, Zeta.
What would devils care about these wastelands?
Savages. No, the land.
Francis shrugs. I don't know, but I just don't feel it in me today.
Well, like maybe sing a song. Maybe you just need to find the inspiration.
Francis is gonna try to sing the music whatchamacalls it. And try and play her ally with song.
The 10-minute one.
Yeah.
As you're doing
You're
this,
like what you asked for,
Dawn-
Zeta.
Dawn slides into the room risky business style and just regular moves and announces to everyone, "I'm human again!"
Yeah, it seems magic is no longer working in Skyside.
Alkenstar is the best place!
Radis, do you know anything about this?
Do I need to
Zeta's
look
gonna
knowledge
kind of
local?
lay down into a rocking fetal position.
can I give a knowledge local to see if I would know about this?
It would probably be more of a knowledge history for Redis.
Oof, the one thing I don't have points in. But I can give it a try. No. Sure I can't use local?
I haven't even seen the roll yet.
It's a 3 plus 4, 7.
Oh. Well, Radis wasn't magically inclined before he left here last.
But he's
So
a
he,
magical killer.
yeah, but it's more that he can identify when spells are being cast from the components, verbal, somatic, and such. And as far as he can remember, he doesn't remember any time where something like this has happened before. Magic's gotten weird, but for it to go away, can't recall anything of that nature.
He shrugs it off and continues burying himself in his work. Just
This
says,
whole-
sometimes weird things happen.
This whole time, Francis is trying to sing, but he's fumbling notes and like his voice is cracking.
Don's like, oh god, is that what you sound like without devils?
No, Donna, I'm telling you, I'm up today.
Oh god, you suck! Get off the stage!
No.
Still has the highest charisma.
He holds up his hands the right way, like I know.
No, Don! God, you are the worst performer ever!
This is how he starts his own emo band. It's like
Well,
right.
apparently you have just about as much talent to do it.
Ooh. That was uncalled for.
Here's a question for you, Aubrey, says Sable. How's Snips doing?
Snips is typically.
Is Snips even still here?
Leslie.
Well, Snips typically hides somewhere in Aubrey's beard. But, Snips is nowhere to be found.
He's being a little rascal again.
Oh damn, I was gonna take measurements of him today and make a gun for him.
Well, he's about, yay big.
Yeah, those measurements are only good for about of a gun.
Sure,
That
I'll
one
make it
didn't work.
I will try to. Can I try to contact Randall?
You can certainly try.
I'll strain with all my might.
When you go to open that valve, there's just nothing. There's no... It's like someone turned your water off.
Nothing Sable.
York.
Boy, you're really taking this on the chin, Aubrey.
Well, we have. Well, we should come to expect the unexpected here.
On the chin, because his beard is regular now. It's a good one.
Thank you, Don.
Oh,
I guess
hey.
I have lost all of my mojo.
When do
No,
move
maybe
up
you should
into
just try being a
common
comedian
life?
instead of a performer.
God, is that what I have to do here?
Been reduced to comedy.
It's the lowest form of entertainment, Francis. Maybe you can make Asmodeus chuckle.
It's the lowest layer of entertainment.
Think about it
sit
this
down
way.
next to
You
Zeta
can
and
become
start
his
rocking.
court jester.
No, you know what they do to jesters?
Don will come up and pat Zeta on the shoulder. How you hanging in there?
Like a deep cut.
Zeta's just rocking back and forth, chanting, "Don't like this. Don't like this."
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what the best part about this is? We can't ask anyone what's going on without revealing that we're innately magical.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily the problem. I mean, it's not like magic is illegal here.
No, but people are suspicious about it. Now, I don't know about you guys, and Don kind of stretches a little bit, really just enjoying how limber he is without his armor being latched onto him. I am gonna go for a day on the town.
Keep your armor handy.
Nah, I think I'll be fine.
Don, when's the last time you washed your small clothes?
Your small
See, Leland,
clothes.
that's the right question to ask, and I'm going to find me a bathhouse.
Well, close.
Anyone want to go for a bathhouse visit? Anybody?
What about the pseudo Lelands? Are they? They probably need a bath.
Do they even exist?
Oh,
thought-
yeah. Are the Lelands
Were-
okay?
Were they brought back to the ship at some point? Or not yet?
No, they're here.
There's
They're
snow
gone.
now.
Are they here?
They'll be back.
Leslie's like, shit.
Leslie?
No, they should be fine. They're constructs, right?
They're illusions.
Constructed illusions.
They are constructed illusions.
Why would you do that?
The Dispel Magic has to beat her disguise check.
It's not dispel magic.
Question, is it functioning like anti-magic field? Or similar?
Does it feel anti-magical?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Since
say
it's
they're
an illusion,
they're just
it would
just
It would
gone.
just be gone.
Yeah.
They're technically suppressed, but
Yeah.
it depends entirely on
The effect.
yeah.
Yeah, they're in game terms they're suppressed.
So, assuming the effect reverts, then they would reappear where they were.
Assuming.
Assuming, yeah.
That is a uncalculated consequence.
Oh wait,
It's okay.
Yeah.
They were only prototypes.
is Crawford one of the devs?
That's for actual D&D.
Ah,
This is Paizo.
yeah. In D&D, the spell specifies until dispelled, but it didn't transition over here.
Alright, so the day is yours.
Don's gonna ask where he can find the nicest bathhouse from Radis.
No,
Go
I'm
with
sure
that.
Radis's personality tells me that he would know.
Ooh. We all know what goes on in those bathhouses.
How much would it cost?
More than
For
you
the
can
nicest
afford.
one?
Yeah.
Probably around 30 gold.
Excellent. Don is on his fucking way.
So Don saunters off into town to get pampered.
Oh yeah, he missed this. Remember, he used to do this in West Crown all the
He
time.
did.
Ideally, it'll end with a slappy ending.
What?
Don likes to slap things, right? Masseuse is just like, okay, now punch me.
Harder.
I'm not tipping you for this.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Radis is throwing himself into making the modular rifle, finalizing it, making it perfect.
Same with Sable.
Their work is a bit too delicate for my hands, so I guess I'll go with Dawn to the bathhouse.
Okay.
Oh, but for Sable to throw salt on Zeta's wounds, Sable's flying around the workshop.
I don't think yours is extraordinary.
Supernatural.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Oh, damn.
That's what you get for
supernatural
trying
work.
to dunk on Zeta
Nah.
in her time of need.
Extraordinary abilities work. Extraordinaries are typically physical. So, like,
Brute force.
yeah, the martial characters usually have shit like that.
If supernatural like
Paladin.
Francis wouldn't have issues.
Yeah,
Okay, my mistake. Never mind.
if
I
only.
thought it'd be funny.
It would have been.
Yeah.
Zeta also has supernatural flight, though. Okay.
I guess since nothing works, Zeta will also go to the bathhouses.
Guess that's
Yeah.
all we can do.
Why not? Let's just take a day.
Okay. So you guys all head over to the bathhouse. Like I said, it's about 30 gold for a like a higher tier, setup. Are you all going to the bathhouse?
Sure.
Everyone but Sable and Radis. Do you need rolls from them, by the way?
The
Uh,
two
we
who probably need baths the most after working in the smithy.
I don't think they care.
When did we get a drow?
They can have a bath whenever they win.
Okay. I'm assuming. Okay, if all of you are going, probably be 20 gold each for like one. Like they do have a place where they host parties.
Like a group package.
Yeah.
Wait, where did they get the water for these baths?
Don't you worry about that.
Straight out of the river.
No, I'm worried about that.
So Zeta hands the masseuse 7 copper coins, a handful of candy, a couple of leather straps that
Don.
you're not really.
Don puts her hand down.
7
And
copper.
finishing by placing a gourd in her open palm.
Alright, so I'll subtract another 20.
Minus 3 copper.
Don will kind of take the things out of the masseuse's hand. He just kind of mouths, "I'm so sorry," and gives him the appropriate amount of gold.
The concierge gives you like a very good sir. Like walks away.
He just kind of pats Zeta on the head. I got you.
Hey, he was gonna have such a good time with that gourd. It's a fucking flute. Probably, if he puts a little bit of work into it.
He has to make it himself.
Nathan's afraid if you blow into it.
I
Oh,
still have the flute.
It's just a gourd. You never checked.
I don't think I ever put any points into perform.
Can we make an accordion out of a gourd? Set of
Oh.
gourds? The accordion?
It made sound.
Man, that's a pretty
I can
good
do that.
sound.
Is that really something that you want?
Maybe, yeah. Also, that's pretty sick, Leland.
he's like, great. Yeah, even Leland's better than me.
Damn.
It's just
Bottom of the barrel.
Leland's where the mojo went.
Statistically, he's not.
just the Chilaxian national anthem.
Right.
Even without my bonuses, I still equal that, but
Leland kicks in the door to Shameen's and she just starts fanning herself. Francis is like, no!
Lawful and strong.
Oh, you can't just go with the strong guy.
Strength sword go burr. So,
Tell me your middle name was Chad.
right?
Leland Chad Tuco.
Chad's short for Chadwick.
Ooh.
Chadford.
Chadwick Tuco. Now that is a
Yep.
That's pretty good, actually.
Scribbles it down for his next character.
I've already scribbled it down for mine.
Yep.
Fuck off.
It's my surname now.
Time for a campaign where everyone's just a variation of Chad.
No. We're all Tucos.
We're all the Leland simulacrums that got separated.
Time for another campaign where everyone's a
Maybe
Leland simulacrum.
Please.
So, you guys are all kind of having a relax in the bathhouse. There's pretty much anything you would want to relax in a bathhouse. There's two separate, divided hot tubs essentially. You could call them hot tubs, but they're they're the size of small in-ground pools. There's also external tubs that are filled with cool water in case it gets too hot. And as you're all conversing and having a time, the door is abruptly opened, and about a couple, somewhere close to a dozen people walk in, armed to the teeth, and following behind them is a clean-shaven dwarf. And he kind of looks to the group and says, "Didn't know you frequent this bathhouse."
It's one of the few pleasures left here in Alkenstar.
Frank's gonna pull off one of the local vegetables they probably put over his eyes and be like, oh, no.
Don kind of gives him a smile and says, just started today, actually. It's a nice place. Why didn't you tell me about it?
So
And then he notices the arm people, and he goes, "Oh, what's going on here?"
He gives a coy look, says, "Negotiations."
That's
Looks like you
fair.
won.
Could we perhaps? And Don kind of looks around for any indication of time. Could we perhaps handle this once we're out of the bath?
Yeah, I don't think we paid for this.
I'd like to at least get my money's worth before we get blackmailed.
Ober just motions to one of the guards and points to a spot on his back he'd like rubbed.
I mean, you can definitely tell that these guys are not guards.
Right.
Whatever it is, Rita, did we pay for this?
Is this part of the package?
Also, we were supposed to meet later today. Did something happen? Like, what's
He's
going
like,
on?
well, you gave the shopkeep 2 leather straps, didn't you?
Yeah,
This is
two
the
leather
leather
straps.
strap
That's the
package.
signal.
Leather strap package.
Oh no.
we were supposed to meet later today. What's going on? What jumped up the times table here?
Says, I had an opening in my schedule and heard that you guys were here, and unlike most, I have a close ear to the ground. Figured it was
Okay.
a opportune time to negotiate.
All right. So it sounds to me like plans have changed, and you really need our help right now because someone else figured out what you were up to and wants to beat you to the punch.
Roll a sense motive.
Fuck.
Those wisdom skills, man.
Nailed it.
Campaign. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
No, there is no sense motive.
Uh-huh.
Oh, plus 0.
I got that.
I'm assuming we're
Do
all
you
good.
got that?
I actually do. If
Is it
I-
extraordinary? God damn it.
It
Throw it.
is. Les was like, shit.
My plan.
Zeta and Zeta, 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 and Zeta, and Zeta.
It's without my buffs. Wait, that's not an actual word. There's 2
Huh.
L's.
I think over. Okay.
What the
There we go.
fuck?
Extraordinary.
Okay.
Francis is just like, damn, Don, you got him.
Yeah. That is the sense you get. Is you think that Don, through some stroke of genius, broken clocks right twice a day, he fucking got him. And you could tell that it actually bothers the dwarf a little bit that this person is the one who called him out on it.
I don't even know who you are.
Right? Sorry, have we met?
Don kind of leans over in the tub and says, well, you got us with our... And he looks around, literal pants down. So, good on you. You have more sense than most of the people we fought.
Says you don't make it far in a business like mine without some sense.
Oh shit, do you have any spares? Zeta's a little short right now. I had to pay for her entry.
Yes.
Oof.
We should start making dollars and stop making cents.
That's true. Forgot cents don't apply here. But,
I mean, they are hundreds of gold.
Yeah, that idea is golden.
So we're gonna hang out. Is it?
we don't really have a
Because
choice right now.
I'll fisticuffs. Let's box. We'll
Yeah,
go.
I can use my silver tongue.
Bring it on.
Francis,
All
no.
right.
No beard.
Do we have, like, any snacks or anything?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys would have brought snacks.
Don will
Zeta's-
offer him,
Zeta's
like,
gonna like
some
straight up
some
stand
snacks.
up in the bath and just start like fisticuffs at him.
Calm down, Zeta. And Don takes the tray of, like, I'm sure it's, like, fine fruits.
Yeah,
Wait,
fruits
wait,
and
wait,
cheeses.
wait. Are you guys mixed bathing?
I mean, there's separate tubs. You don't have to, but
And there's a divider.
there's a divider.
Is it
Okay.
like a hot springs
No,
thing, or-
Zeta's one of the guys.
She doesn't give a shit. And I don't think
As
anybody else
if we
gives a
would
shit.
go to a bathhouse and they'd be like, "Oh, you want to bathe alone?"
Aubrey personally is in the tub, full gown.
Of
We all
course.
kind of grew
But-
up in the
Oh,
same
I am
town.
not.
Probably all bathed in the same river anyway.
But Don just offers him some of the fine fruits. Help yourself if you're gonna talk.
In fact, I'm pretty sure being nude actually doesn't confer any penalty to my AC.
If anything, if you're fighting someone who's a bit of a prude, it'll give you bonus AC.
Yeah,
Final form.
I think I'm at like 11 right now. So watch
Bonus
out,
is the
guys.
paint.
The dwarven man kind of sighs, and then partially disrobes himself. he sits in the shallow end. It's like, listen, you all seem like you're strapped for cash.
I mean, that's to be debated, but some of us, yeah.
Well, yeah, overall.
Zeta. Zeta is-
Pretty sure Zeta's dead alone.
And, like,
causing us all to,
In
you
the
know,
grand scheme of things, we're all pretty strapped for cash.
Zeta
I
was
would
literally
not
paying
complain.
straps.
Look,
Just get rid
they
of all of
were
them.
quality made
straps.
straps.
They were straps. They were good
Don
straps.
kind of puts up a hand.
They're good
and
straps,
says,
Brent.
Before you continue, I gotta clear the air on something. I don't like you threatening my team. If you're gonna force us to work together, don't threaten us again. Don't try and blackmail us, alright? Just be straight with us. We like working with honest people. In fact, that's been the #1 thing we've been calling for this whole time.
It doesn't happen often.
It
But
really doesn't.
a little mystery doesn't hurt anyone.
He says,
You could be hitting us with the most heinous scheme imaginable, and if you just told us the truth about it, we'd probably be on board.
he says, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm not an honest man.
Don kind of like, he makes a weighing motion with his hands, and like you can see him trying to figure it out.
How do I reach these keys?
What the? Okay, I knew that, but you wouldn't be coming here unless you really, really needed our help now.
He says, you all have a very special set of skills. Some
We've
special qualities.
The best?
Expendable.
The most?
That is not.
Oh, that is actually like furthest thing you could say from the truth. Trust me.
You asked him to be honest now.
Well, no. To his credit, in his eyes, we are expendable. He just doesn't know the grand scheme of things right now.
But carry on.
Go on,
Says-
sir.
Listen, the last time we met, your group got a little jumpy, but I know the risks.
Gun.
You're not the first group of adventurers I've worked with. I know how you people tend to be.
What do you mean, you people?
Small giggle.
You know what I mean by you people.
I'll have you know I'm a law-abiding Hell Knight. I'm a pikesman, I'll have you know.
Yeah, all of us here are people except for Zeta.
Pikesmans, paladins, it's all the same.
Remember, Francis, people means any sentient being. She's not human specifically.
Well, actually, technically speaking, paladins fight for God, I fight for a cause, but continue.
Point is, I feel like you all made a hasty set of decisions, which may have put us off on the wrong foot. And after finding out that your friend here tried to pay with a couple of leather straps and a gourd, I feel like you could really use the 50,000.
You're also not really giving us much of a choice, considering I figure if we say no, you're gonna gun us down on the spot.
No,
I'm-
Don, we definitely have a choice. And what a coincidence, our price just raised.
Significantly.
Don pinches his brow. Look, if these negotiations fall through, make sure you shoot him first so I can enjoy it. You gotta understand, I've been looking forward to that for a long time.
People have shot me before, Don.
It's true. It's not the first time.
Don is now rubbing his temples.
What, you can brag about dying, but I can't brag about getting shot?
He just wants you to die.
Look,
I'm surprised Don's not disappointed. I missed this first shot.
Oh, the screaming there is always the best.
guys, this is all ridiculous. Like, clearly, this is all for show. These things aren't even. She's gonna walk over to one of the guards. These things aren't even loaded. Like, we've always had the upper hand here.
Hold on. I'm gonna be honest, you've made a horrible mistake.
I'll give you one chance to reconsider.
Yeah, as you approach the person, he looks at you with murderous intent.
I imagine my sense motive would kick in and I would grab Zeta. And be like, Zeta, no!
Pull Zeta back into the bath head first.
We didn't pay for this.
Right.
Don looks over to the dwarf and says, "Okay, I think I found one more quality you've been looking for. We're idiots."
He says, brave.
Isn't that the same thing?
That's a polite way of putting it.
Depends on how it shakes out.
That's true.
I don't
All
think
right,
it's
so
the
what do you
accurate
need?
way to put it.
He says, well, same thing I've always needed. Need you to secure us a location.
All right, let's just cut to the chase. Everybody in favor, raise your hands.
We do need to negotiate this price. See, 50,000 just doesn't split evenly 6 ways. It's just way too much bookwork.
Don counts on his hand.
Count to 60, count to 50,000.
Zeta's gonna quietly demonstrate to Aubrey how to count to very high numbers on one hand.
So each knuckle is 1.
Yeah. The first knuckle represents ones, the second knuckle represents fives, the third knuckle represents
Oh.
tens.
It's like an organic
And
abacus.
then as you go up, you count along the abacus. Boom, just like that.
Francis, if you would be so kind as to put your negotiations to work, please, so we can hurry up and be killed and be done with it.
Francis will just squint his eyes and say, double it.
Give me a diplomacy. You're so fucking stupid.
Double it. Meanwhile, Leland's just like, urge to kill rising. Fuck.
He's,
Sing a
he,
song about
he just looks at you deadpan and he's like, 60.
Could we shoot for 75?
80. He's gonna kick Don.
Don will grab him by the throat. 75. 80.
Shit. He says 63.
65, final offer.
He looks to Francis.
Don't do it, Francis, and you feel the grip tighten. He's gonna lower it again, Francis. We have a chance here.
Francis just waving his arms.
He kind of loosens the grip a little bit. Did you have something to say, Francis?
65.
He kind of claps his hands together and says, "That wasn't so hard." And he,
No, but I figured if you're gonna make me do something illegal, then I might as well get my money's worth out of it.
he's slowly putting his, like, the rest of his clothes back on, and he's looking up, like, kind of dumbfounded. He's like, "I'm fairly certain choking that man was illegal."
Yeah, but who's actually gonna say anything about that? It's Francis. Nobody gives a shit.
Give me a sense motive, Don.
Oh no!
Or a perception could work here, actually.
Oh, perception? Oh, I
Yeah.
can do that.
Oh yeah, like kindred spirits. As you're scanning the room, one of these cutthroats is just watching you choke Francis, and you could tell by the look on his face and his head. He's like, "God, I wish that were me."
Wait, getting choked or choking?
No, choking Francis.
Yeah. Don gives him a look, and he gives him a nod.
Oh, careful what you ask for, Don.
Don lets go of Francis completely. Sorry, Francis. I think that was the best deal we were gonna get. Nice high ball in the first one, though.
Good cop, bad cop. What is this?
Francis gonna thumbs up at Don.
The ultimate tag team.
Good game. We got him.
Work on your back up.
Right. He just, good cop comes in. It's like, "Hey, buddy, it's gonna be okay." Bad cop comes in and chokes good cop.
Cutthroat.
All right. The guy,
Before you
shaven.
leave, let me ask. Is what we're about to do gonna be so evil that sorry, not evil, chaotic that I won't be able to put on my armor anymore?
He says, I don't see what chaos has to do with it. You can justify it however which way you want.
That'll be 50 lashes with the cat o' nine, I guess.
Resize again.
The guard looks at Don again.
He gets all his clothes on, and he says, we'll be in touch. And he's the first one to leave, and as the cutthroats follow him out, one of the cutthroats takes one last look at Killswitch and leaves.
As the doors close, Don takes a heavy intake of breath. What the fuck is wrong with all of you?
What do you mean?
We were being held at gunpoint there. We did not have our weapons. We don't have our armor. We don't have our magic.
Don, I have no weapons or armor.
We were in a losing situation there. The least you could have done is been courteous.
Shit.
We can't do the job if we're dead.
I was like, what's wrong with all you guys? Killswitch is like, crush larynx.
It's alright, you weren't using that voice anyway.
They weren't, they never held us at gunpoint, did they? They just had guns.
Yeah, they just had guns.
Sink into the pool.
Yeah,
Just
it's
had
nothing.
guns.
You're not profiling, are you?
I'll have you know that the only reason the only reason we're accepting this right now is because 1, if we don't, we're dead. 2, we can't save the world if we're goddamn dead.
I mean, like, that presumes a lot of, like,
You gotta have more
if
faith than
they could kill us.
yeah, talk us out of any situation ever. Never way with
Pinches
words.
his
that
brow
one.
again. Did you not see the guns that they had?
Oh no, guns! Oh no.
Did they catch these guns?
Got him.
Right, ping, ping.
Did you flex? Please tell me you flex.
Got us.
Oh yeah, I
Holy
flexed
Lord.
back.
Do I need a strength check for that?
Sync check the flex.
To flex.
Just to see how. Oh,
It's a weird
God, I slipped in the puddle.
Oh no. This whole
Oh, no.
this
Oh,
whole
he's
place is
stepping in it all.
puddles.
Don flexes back at him, then shakes off the distraction of a flex off. No. Look, Leland and I's physical strength aside, we didn't have weapons, we didn't have armor, we didn't have magic. And Zeta, I like your bravado. Really, good for you. You're really scrappy in a fight. But at the same time, there were about 12 of them, I think.
Yeah,
Don just stopped
I
himself from
take
flexing.
3, you guys get the rest, and there's no problem.
Even if I had had armor, they would have turned me into a pepper box. We were caught on the back foot.
Donovan, they wouldn't attack us in the middle of a public establishment in broad daylight.
Yes, they would. Aubrey, they're the mafia. They don't give a shit. They'd probably just pay off the people who own the place.
I don't know.
about
I
that.
feel like any given moment, Leland was basically like, one step away from being the guard.
Leland?
I'm not concerned.
Leland,
Yes.
as the only other person here with sense, please back me up.
Do I see any bullet holes in the room?
I didn't threaten them this time.
With a 27, you don't see any bullet holes.
Patchwork.
Yeah, you can see very well done patchwork.
Oh,
This is probably not the first time they've done this.
yeah, Don might be right about this. But
Yeah.
we still
Oh
can't do the
jeez,
job.
it's almost like I'm a cop or something.
That's my job, not yours. You're the pest control.
Pest control. Got him.
Chad,
Don't
Chad,
demean what I do, Leland.
But that is what you do.
Yeah, well, I handle really big pests. You know what? Actually,
I'm really
From now
big
on,
pest control.
every time I say it's my job to kill monsters, I'm just gonna say it's my job to kill pests. That way, I have a much broader range of things to kill. Like Francis.
How pestilent.
I'm a small pest. And he kind of makes a motion of like the size of a fly. Small pests, Don.
Great. So now now we have to go do something heinous because the DM really wanted us to do this content.
He worked so hard on this. You're gonna do it.
By God, you're gonna. I worked really hard on these maps.
We should
By
head
God,
north.
you're gonna use them.
Let's go north.
So I guess we'll continue our bath.
Yeah.
Does the
Yeah.
masseuse do they come
Yeah,
back? Or
when
will
he
they-
comes back, he comes back expecting like he seems
A man
surprised
cleaning up.
that everyone's alive and no one's
Surprised
hurt at all.
That Ober's requesting banana water.
I actually asked the masseuse. So how many times has this happened?
He's not allowed to say.
Oh,
Wait,
that
banana
man.
water? Hang on. What?
See, it's the drink of the stars.
There's banana water?
Yeah, Aubrey's probably put down like 3 or 4 banana waters and hasn't told anybody.
What?
You passed that shit.
Masseuse.
I'll take lemon water, please.
Ew.
He does not speak for all of us.
The lemon is a mighty fruit.
Prevents scurvy.
My
Mighty sour.
favorite.
It would figure that Don would most relate to the bitter fruit.
I figure he'd relate to the onion.
It's got layers.
So how do we? Where did he tell us to meet him somewhere or something?
Nope. He just said he'd be in contact.
Cool. So we can chill with the bathhouse. Where do we want to go next?
Yeah, we all just kind of brushed that under the rug.
Mhm.
Like, glad that's over.
Yeah, we all knew this was coming. Yeah, he got us with our pants down.
He got us. Fair's fair.
Yeah, just
How much does it cost to upgrade something from a +1 to +2?
A lot.
8,000.
That's terrible.
I ain't scared.
I don't know if it's that much.
Yeah, it is.
Really? That's a lot.
It's 8,000 for a +2 weapon, not to upgrade it.
No,
no.
it's 8,000 for a +2 weapon, but I
It's-
figure
That's
it's
the total
8,000
price.
plus 2, so it's 6,000 different.
Yeah.
I should have taken a level in vigilante so I could do this consequence free.
It wasn't me. It was
a
other
power
me.
of
It was
man.
ultra-
Oh my
Wow.
god, he's
The
back to being
Pikeman.
2 guys.
2 levels of vigilante, and you can
The
negate all
man
fall
pike.
damage. I'm just saying.
Man
Man
Pike.
Pike. Pike Man. Anyway. So what are you guys doing next?
Not upgrading my gauntlet for sure.
If only you had money.
Or,
Such a
you know,
necessity.
access to magical equipment.
That's true also.
Or people who could upgrade said equipment.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can do that.
How
just not
much?
I suppose we need to go back and inform Sable of what we've.
Accomplished. Ish?
Agreed to.
Question mark?
So you guys spend the better part of the morning at the bathhouse. In fact, you're probably there long enough to also be served lunch. Because why not? You paid for it. You guys head back. I guess let me get a roll for Radis and Sable. I guess Radis is probably just assisting Sable.
Firearm?
Yeah.
That depends on who gets the higher roll.
Probably me.
Yeah, it's probably
Probably.
Sable. Yeah.
Nice. What's Radis's ranks?
9.
Nice. It's a solid 35.
Was it half of ranks or?
Half is the total. Half is the assist.
Okay. So +4.
Yeah, it scales up. It's better than that +2 ridiculousness.
I'd wager we're probably about 2/3 of the way to completion.
Okay. So you guys are hammering away when the group gets back. Everybody's squeaky clean except for Radis and Sable, who are probably completely covered in soot.
but probably also very, very happy.
Oh yeah, like pigs and yeah.
You can finish it. It's okay.
No, this is a Christian stream.
We watch our fucking language in here.
Yeah.
What now?
Covered
Watch
in
your
seed.
fucking mouth before I clean it out with soap. God damn it.
So yeah.
So how far along are we in the completion of the firearm?
It's hard to say. It's like it's one of those things where if all things goes well, it could be finished within the next 4 to 7 days. But that's of course assuming things go well.
We keep up the good rolls.
Yeah. The prototyping's been going very well. There's probably been some light barrel testing to make sure that they can actually support the amount of gunfire or the amount of gunpowder that goes into them.
Oh yeah, because we made silencers as well.
But you guys are there for a while when you hear the distinct jingle jangle of the door opening.
Radis groans, stops his work to go investigate.
It's Shamin.
He's covered head to toe in soot. He just kind of lets out a sigh. What the hell do you want, Shamin?
She lets out a foo foo foo. This is a good look for you, Radis. Can barely see you.
Yes, this is what it looks like when you've been hard at work. Though I'm sure you wouldn't know anything about that. And then he kind of cuts himself off. I'm sorry, that's not fair of me.
She says, I came to speak with those of the proper persuasions.
Oh, so you're here for Francis, I take it.
She kind of looks over Radis's shoulder and, is he here?
He's taking a bath right now.
No, they just got back, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
He just rolled up. I can go get him for you if you like.
She's being oddly polite at this point when she says, please.
And almost like in kind, because she's being polite right now, he kind of turns to go get him, and then he stops and he says, before I do, look, no matter how this turns out, may the best factory win. And he goes and gets Francis. Francis, your girlfriend's looking for you.
Frank's gonna turn around and say, hoo hoo hoo.
Yeah, just go and get it done already.
Francis shrugs. Maybe I should do comedy.
And keep the flirting out of my damn workshop, alright?
I'm gonna walk down and greet Shamin. Say, oh,
Oh,
well,
he's all clean and shit too.
Right.
why don't
he
you
has
come
no
step into our
flies.
workshop?
He comes in sparkling.
Right. The anime wow.
She gets the roses in her vision when she sees him.
She kind of saunters over and gets very close. She says, you are of the magical sort, yes?
Francis, sweating. Perhaps.
She seems a bit concerned. She says, and the others?
We may have been known to dabble.
She, still trying to be as covert as possible. She kind of gestures vaguely and says, Well, what do you make of with this?
She knows.
France is gonna, you know what? Sense motive.
Do it, coward. You won't.
I will. Done it before. I'll do it
Come
again.
on with a 20.
I'll fucking do it again. Okay. She does seem genuinely concerned about the lack of magic.
Friend's just gonna nod and look around and lean in and kind of quietly say, "You've noticed it too."
She says, I must admit, it makes it much more difficult for you to steal from me, but yes.
She knows.
Hey, we don't know that.
Francis scratches the back of his head. Define steal.
She ponders for a moment, and then she says it in Kellish. Do you speak Kellish?
Not anymore.
Okay. She says something in Kellish, and then she tries to retranslate it to Common, and she says to take property
She says it in
wrongfully.
English, and like it's really, really cool and deep in meaning, and then she takes a moment to realize he can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's obviously trying to... She thinks, with Killswitch's sense motive, she thinks that she must have mistranslated something for a second. So then she explains to take wrongfully.
Oh God, she knows about the iron.
She's talking about her hard KFC. Go in.
Go full.
Fucking everyone from the other room, just like,
Yeah, right.
Everybody's got a separate... Everyone's got a separate cup against the door.
Yeah.
well, Francis is gonna lean back a little bit. What can I say when you've already stolen from me?
Oh, you dog.
She looks... She gives an inquisitive look.
Finish it. You've gone this deep.
Yep, you're in now.
Shit, what have I done? Francis is gonna squint his eyes and say
My
softly,
Kokoro.
My heart, of course.
Alright, give me a diplomacy.
Do it.
Not in
Do
the
it.
workshop.
Oof.
Oof.
Oopie said.
Jesus.
Swoon.
Jesus. Okay.
And he's gonna bust out the lyre, and
Ooh, that's a minus.
no, that's. Look, I have to.
When you bust out the lyre, she actually grabs your hands, and she seems concerned. She says, what happened?
Francis shakes his head. This city is... kind of looks down. Not right for a man like me.
What? What is that? What is that even supposed to mean?
It means this city ain't right for a man like him.
Oh
It's made for a dame like her.
oh my god. God damn it.
He's a magic man.
Just backward-handed magic man from a foreign land.
No, he's a backward-handed music magic man from a
There we
foreign land.
There we go. You missed the music part, man. Don't sell yourself short.
I'm a fan.
Francis will look over to the banisters from which you guys were watching. Go, shh.
No, you can't see us.
Carry on.
She says, And, I hear you're working with Wasalan.
Oh, okay. Now I'm interested.
Word gets around quick in this town, doesn't it?
She's the other person.
Gonna look and say, how did you find out about that?
She gives a sly grin and says, I have my ways.
Sense motive her. Sense motive her.
No, she has her ways.
You piece of shit. You simping piece of shit. Sense motive her.
We all know what KFC's gonna do with his share of the money.
Donate to her
Child
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Please, like Killswitch is ever gonna pay child support. Those tieflings are gonna
Start
grow up
now.
without a father.
Yeah, why start now?
Anyway,
Turns out this is actually Draymond's incarnation.
alright. She says, surely you do not mean to work with such a lowlife.
Francis shrugs. Have you seen the lowlifes I'm working with currently?
Hey! Resemble that remark.
Do you feel that, guys? That's the feeling of the bus hitting us. You know, the one that Francis just threw us under.
I felt it backing over. What's a bus?
Right?
I threw it under the carriage.
You do not need to stoop to such levels. Why consort with these rapscallions?
Francis kind of shrugs. I kind of have to. My hometown is under attack by a horrible paladin of Iamade, wielding the power of an undead dragon.
She seemed disgusted and then confused.
Francis nods. You see, it wasn't by choice. It's just how the contract crumbles.
She starts explaining that if you buy good enough paper.
Francis explains that he was too poor to have paper as a child.
Oh no.
And look what you've risen up to become.
She asks about the hometown.
Okay, yeah, he'll spend as much time as she wants, just kind of explaining everything.
Yeah,
back
she
and forth about Francis.
she actually slowly leads Francis outside. And they just go on a stroll together, talking about life.
Does he tell her the entire story of how they got here?
Oh yeah, we'll find the nearest garden and walk through.
Absolutely. I'm sure if there's a puppy wanders through and you guys take turns kicking it.
So evil.
So what are you guys doing while Killswitch is on his stroll? Mind you, if Radis was paying attention, likely peeking through a small window, he gets to finally see what looks like Shameen being a human.
Radis
And he
seems
is disgusted.
oddly, like, at ease right now.
Sable looks to the group, looks to the forge, looks back to the group, and then asks, "What's this about us working with, what's his face, Mr. Baldy?"
You can try to.
Hey, hang on. We're trying to understand what's with Francis right now.
Francis left.
Yeah, Francis got
They-
stolen.
Everyone's
They,
spying on him from a window.
They kicked in the door with a bunch of rifles while we were, while we all had our dicks flopping in the breeze.
Except Zeta.
Except Zeta.
For Zeta, small PP.
Shit.
So we're taking that job then.
We weren't really given much of a choice, Sable. It'll be fine.
Well, we better figure out what happened to our magic first. But in the meantime, since I know that we are going to be doing something other than what I enjoy, I am going to go take a bath.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, considering I have blackface on.
Now, when you say
Demonetized.
joke's on you, I gotta get monetized first.
Let the record
Right,
show
alright.
that Thomas is in fact wearing blackface as he says this.
Radis
Yes,
kind
it's
of
true.
his hand.
So, oh good.
You go handle that. I'll keep on working on the guns. Whatever these guys get up to, I'm sure they can handle it. He kind of gives you all a knowing look and a smile. I trust y'all.
If nothing else, we'll get betrayed and killed, and our bodies buried in the ditch somewhere.
It wouldn't be the first time y'all been betrayed, or that people have tried to kill y'all.
Yeah,
Probably
that's
won't be
true.
the last.
We've got several people trying to kill us.
And none of them very successful. So I'm not too worried. Everything seems to always find a way to work out when it comes to y'all. Against all logical odds.
True.
Frankly, Radis, logic is for suckers.
Plus we have the power of the mightiest, Dark Lord, and Eldest, and everyone else on our side.
You might be right about the logic thing.
Aristotle also wants to help us.
Side note, I'm sure that Radis actually has a bathroom.
Yeah, but it's not, like, fancy.
No, it's not fancy. Nor could it have
That is
supported
where
everyone at
Sable's
once.
going, though.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But, after a while, Killswitch and Shameen strolling through the park, and he finishes his story about where they all came from and how they got here.
You better have mentioned the dragon.
He's gonna save the time he saw Asmodeus story for later.
Oh, he's gonna
That's
skip
the
that
deal
whole.
dealer.
He's gonna skip that whole segment, huh?
I figure by that point we'll be
She can see the spear, can't she?
making. Yeah, I guess you can't kind of not see it.
I mean, it's not like people see the spear and they're like, "I know what that is."
I
She
thought-
probably would.
But given the context, she might put two and two together.
Francis, I thought you were just happy to see me.
Is that a spear in your pocket? Oof, 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 oof.
Yeah, we've got him doing it.
Right. But yeah, as you guys are on your way back, and you've kind of gone through why you're with this ragtag group of heretics, she expresses that I did not know that Cheliax was in such a poor state.
Francis nods. It's really, really dire straits over there. Can't just give up our lands to such a heretic. Let's hold off.
Or, you know, the fucking apocalyptic
She says, then surely we should confer with the duchy.
Francis nods. Let's consider it done.
I'm sure between the two of us, we could convince her to provide some aid.
No, I mean, consider it already done.
Pardon?
Francis makes a gesture that I'm sure she can't understand. Says, already done.
Is it in Drow sign language?
No, I don't know that shit.
Okay. What's the gesture?
Just basically kind of like making a circle with his hands. And then he folds his hands afterwards into a scholar's cradle.
Is this Drow sign language? She seems a little relieved and says, she asks what the plan is to get the general populace on board.
And by general populace, you mean here, correct?
Of course. Alkenstaris are not... They do not share proclivity for wars.
I figured the Duchess had her own group of units. She said she had her own people with their own ways of getting there.
Special units, I'm sure. But with the backing of the people, it could launch into full-scale war.
Okay, look, I don't like Shameen, but I'm really starting to like Shameen right now.
She says...
I know it's for her own end, but...
She says, after all, we must do everything we can to protect the fatherland.
Francis nods. You're right. You really do have a good head on your shoulders. How do you propose we get the people on our side? And oh, I'm sorry, evil head on your shoulders.
There seems to be a loss in translation as she goes beet red.
Francis says it again, but quieter.
She she kind of waves it off and says, oh, yes, that we can, well, we just spread the word. Must let our people know that it is, for the best.
I'm sure coming from such an esteemed citizen as you, they would certainly listen. Why, you do have the best shop that I've seen in this whole town. Certainly better than... He kind of looks at the current shop in disgust. This place.
Yeah, she looks disappointedly at the haversack shop, and she says, it will take a lot of work after the competition to get it up to snuff.
Nods. I'm not sure why you even wanted this place.
She, like taking a bite of gourmet food, she savors a moment, and she says, the look on the rat's face is pure anguish.
Francis thinks about it. Okay. I could see that.
She says, please, just direct your attention when he is at his lowest point. It is a delicacy. An acquired taste, I'm sure.
But all still the sweet.
But I will see what I can do. Draw up some positive propaganda.
Francis nods. Need any help writing anything?
She looks, man, the look you're getting when she asks if you're offering.
Yep, he's offering.
Yep. Well, you guys are gonna divert. You guys are not going back to the Haversack place.
Alright, later, assholes.
Yep. So, what are you guys doing?
And fade to black.
Yep, fade to black.
Perhaps not having magic isn't so bad. Dear diary, today wasn't terrible.
In Zeta's book, Dear Diary, today was terrible.
Right, today was terrible. Don was scared of guns, he wouldn't let me fight anybody, and that stupid dwarf was back. Oh, and magic doesn't work.
In short, fuck this place.
So, quite a while after Killswitch leaves and then doesn't ever come back, Don's armor fuses to his skin,
All you hear is God! God damn it!
and he gets large again.
What does he break?
Probably a chair.
he's calmly sitting in a chair sipping
He's like, ah.
having the time of his life. He's so happy right now, and then his armor flies into, wraps into his skin as he grows
Smashes
larger, and
the cup
the
in his
chair
hand.
crushes underneath him. His strength growing, he crushes the kave cup in his hand, and he just screams, "Ah!"
Francis lets loose an unprovoked foo-foo-foo.
Oh, trust me, by now it's provoked.
You can probably hear the scream
Ooh,
from her
woo,
voice.
woo.
Please don't.
How does she react to his
He's already
hands
excited enough.
turning backwards?
Positively.
Very positively.
But I'm sure Zeta's probably writing in her diary, today was suck, magic is gone, and then magic's back, we're good.
Yeah, right. The diary just ends short. It starts writing itself.
Yep.
And Zeta walks off. You can handle this from here.
You got this
The diary
book.
continues to write itself.
Yep.
Francis walks, or Zeta
You guys can
slumps
hear
off to
audible
advance
sobbing
spells.
from Don's armor.
It's the armor sobbing.
Like it's not even like a joke. He's actually crying.
Skyside sucks.
Don's diaries ends with him saying, "Never mind, today sucks."
Yep. Oh, goodness. So is there anything else you guys... Oh, and the Lelands pop back into existence.
Oh, hey, cool. Do they like? They probably pop in where they were, so they're just like probably chilling like right next to Don. When they
Yeah.
come in.
They're, the
They
Lelands...
watch
The
him
Lelands look at each
fumble.
other, and they're just like, did we black out?
Why is Dawn on the ground? Why did he
And-
break a chair?
Why is it dark
Can I have to make
outside?
us drink again?
But yeah, it's getting later in the evening. You guys are still free to do whatever.
Now the magic is back.
Oh yeah, Aubrey's beard lights up like it's a bad 80s disco. Snips comes
Bad,
crawling
good.
out.
I'm gonna try to jump into that nightmare realm.
Just gonna rip open the valve just because.
Oh,
Yeah.
finally, internet's back.
Right?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Straight
Hang
to
on,
the.
Aubrey, whoa.
Be right back.
Take
Would
me.
it be internet or outer?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest trying to bring Zito along.
Outer net.
I've got to. I'm gonna try something.
Okay.
So what do I do?
Well, Zeta, give me a will save.
Since I haven't been able to do it all day, I'm gonna activate Alien Mind and give myself an additional 4 wisdom. Is it a mind affecting effect?
You get 4 wisdom.
Yeah. No,
you-
I get boosted by 4 wisdom.
Oh, okay. Is it
a
mind affecting?
Mind-affecting effect? Yeah.
Yeah.
Set wisdom to 4.
Yep,
Right.
set wisdom to 4.
Uh,
Set wisdom to stun.
That's like
that
2,
should be
3.
A plus 20?
yes.
Jesus Christ. Alright. Aubrey,
How?
will save.
All right.
Goddamn.
I'll hero point. We just got one of those.
Alright.
That's a +4.
Yeah, plus 4, reroll. Oh
That's
my
better.
god. Oh my god. Well, I guess take 6 wisdom damage.
It's pretty rough.
Yep. It is.
That's what you get for trying to open up the nightmare realm.
Yep.
But do I get into it?
No, but Zeta does.
Oh, cool.
Zeta. Try to pinpoint Olav's nightmares.
Wait, you were sitting here into the nightmares?
That's all, like the endless tunnel of nightmares. That's what I was trying to do.
Hey, wait, Aubrey, where are you going? Take me with you.
Thank you.
I would have conferred to Zeta my plan within it.
What? You were intentionally trying to go there?
Yeah. If it's all nightmares, maybe we could find Olav's weakness in there.
High or low, Aubrey?
Oh my god. If I say high, it's gonna be low, but I'll go high. Yeah.
Hello. Is that rolling for number of years Zeta's gone?
No. So, Zeta, you land in a very, well, a somewhat familiar bar to you. With a hooded man sitting at the desk, or at the bar. A little notebook. He seems surprised to see you as he closes the notebook and looks over.
Oh, you must be Randall.
Have we met?
I don't believe so. I think before you were intentionally trying to shutter me out, but I hitched a ride with Aubrey, your guy, Zabrobry. He didn't make it in, but I did, because we haven't met yet. And I hear so much about you. Aubrey talks, he's one of your most faithful students. So I forced my way in here to talk to you. Zeta Monticello, Arcana Meteorologist. How you doing? Captain.
I'm assuming you're shaking his hand.
I'm extending my hand.
Yeah, he reaches out and shakes your hand kind of confusedly and says, they call me Randall.
That's what Aubrey calls you. So we've all kind of gone from there. I'm assuming there's a different... What do you call yourself? Or what would you prefer me to call you? I don't wish to intrude on any true name nonsense, not to offend.
He kind of ponders for a moment. Randall's fine.
I'm fond of Randall too. It's a pretty good name. As I understand it, we learned about it through Snips, the crab, the little crab guy.
Well, Randall was a guy from Summers Grove.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So you probably recognize Randall.
Yeah, you probably have seen this person before. I doubt you would have interacted with him heavily.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
We Monticellos don't care too much for farmers and their like,
Or guards.
Guard,
or guards.
right?
Yeah, especially not guards. But yeah, I'll sit down at the bar, close by him, kind of hold up my hand like I'm ordering something from like a bartender that's not there.
I'm back. What I miss?
Zeta
Where'd you leave?
rolled for nightmares.
He said, he says, there's no one here. This bar isn't real.
Oh, I was kind of hoping that, like, with it not being real, I could get a drink. Then I could, like, pretend that I'm drinking the drink, and maybe I would convince myself that I could taste the drink. Can I if it's not real, then Zeta's gonna try to manifest a drink.
Nothing happens, but
Damn.
Randall then grabs he kind of gets up, walks behind the bar, and he grabs a cup, and he reaches over to where the sink
All
is.
magic's done behind the scenes.
Yeah, he reaches over to where the sink is, and he kind of scoops it into the liquid, and he hands it to you. And the liquid, by the way, is jet black.
Tasty.
So Zeta's gonna take a sip, and she's gonna ask, yeah, it's pretty. If it's not real,
It's cool and tasteless, and you feel like this is what the approximation of water. It's like if you described water to someone who's never experienced it. This is what it is.
not.
It's like it's not the right. It's slightly thinner than it should be. It's probably a little colder than it's supposed to be as well for room temperature water.
It's just not. It's not quite right. Is there any rum like on the shelves?
He says, rum?
Oh, all the shelves are empty. This is the worst bar. Aubrey, God damn it! Like,
I didn't wonder
in any
how
case,
there was no alcohol.
so what do you do back here, Randall? Like, what's going on? What's the like? You're such an important figure for Aubrey's life. I'm super curious about you. What's your backstory?
Randall is regretting his decision right
Says,
This wasn't his decision.
I am but a shard. I spend most of my eternity here, reaching out to your kind, trying to find those that aren't instantly killed.
So Aubrey was kind of a luck of the draw kind of thing.
He kind of opens to a page in his book and he says, I seem to have the most luck with madmen and idiots.
Oh,
I'll take it.
that makes a lot of sense then.
So-
The beard thing with the white beard, is that you? I'm being entirely too specific for you here. You don't even know him that well.
He says, I'm sorry, it's very difficult for me to... He struggles to find the words to notice things.
So So what do you do for fun around here? Like, do you just sit here and wait until someone contacts you, or like, you got darts?
I search the vast emptiness for intelligence that can sustain itself in my presence. It says, in fact, most recently I found another promising subject.
Oh, another one. Good. Great. That's great news. Spreading your reach already.
I only hope that one of them is able to free me. The greater me.
Free you? What are we trying to free you from? Like, I'm on board. Liberation, you know, right? Rise up the people.
My sentiments exactly. As I've mentioned, I am but a shard, an extension of a larger being. And that larger being is being held captive.
That's a damn shame. Nobody should be held captive like that. I can only imagine that you've been held captive for... How long would you say? We're talking like millennia? Maybe time's not really a concept that you deal with. It's a poor question. Don't worry about it.
It seems like he's so confounded and curious about Zeta's perspective just in general. He says, Aubrey is ever present of his ability to find the larger whole of myself. Whenever he decides to the undertaking, it is his duty to do so.
These must be the words that he receives from the crab. Okay. Well, I'm glad to assist Aubrey in his reaches. You know, liberation for all, right? So far, freeing things has worked out for us every time.
That's true.
Says, kind of tilts his head for a moment. Says, did you mean to come here?
Yes. Well, I mean, I didn't know it was going to work, but I had suspicions.
Were you conscious of the journey?
It was a conscious decision to make the journey.
He
Now, I do have a... Go ahead.
he pauses for a moment, and he seems to look at you very deeply. Very deeply. And he says, I could send you with something, if you would like that.
Some kind of means by which to help Aubrey to achieve his goals here? Is that what we're talking about?
No. I think you would call it fun.
That's true. I call a lot of things fun, and it's usually not wrong. Once or twice, you know, hasn't been quite on the level of fun. Be careful with dragons. They are unpredictable.
How I'm going to allow you to see beyond the veil, but only once.
Well, of course. How could I turn this down? To be blessed with the knowledge that you're willing to give me?
Then she'll be done. And he kind of waves you off, and it feels like you're almost yanked backwards. And where you think you would hit the wall of the bar, it's just blackness as you reappear in your own surroundings. And not an instant has passed. Like at the
Darn.
moment you get back, Aubrey is probably recoiling in some serious pain
I
from
don't think it
taking
worked, Zeta.
6 wisdom damage.
Are you
No,
okay?
It worked. We met with Randall. I don't think his name is actually Randall, but we met with Randall. He said a great number of interesting things. Aubrey, the bar is terrible in there. How could you have left him in here for so long without a single? It's not a bottle on the shelf on the wall.
Zeta, it's the Summers Grove bar. He's just projecting the image to you because it's familiar.
Well, you gave him the image in the first place. Why did you give him the image of an empty bar?
Hey, didn't know such thing. I was just as curious about it as you the first time.
You're the first one that he talked to. You're the one he got the imprint from. Rude. There's not even darts.
It's not even darts.
I was never a fan of darts.
Well, maybe he was. Did you think about that? How are you gonna serve your lord when
Whoa. Wrong word, Zeta.
I'm sorry. That was
He's a prick.
that's more Francis thing. Where's that little scallywag? Did he ever come back? Wait. How long was I gone?
Well, you weren't.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
I thought it failed, in fact. Not feeling too well.
Oh, it'll be okay.
Aubrey's like, great, magic's back, now the room's spinning.
While you're kind of reeling there, friend. Hey Aubrey, have I asked you about cursing you with a mark of blood?
You have not?
I think it'd be a really good idea, just in case you get into trouble.
I'm not sure what it does, but yeah, I think that sounds like a good idea.
It'll let me track you in case, something goes wrong or you get hurt, and I can teleport over there and help you out,
Have I ever talked to you about cursing you with a mark of blood? Aubrey, 6 wisdom down. Sounds good.
I don't know where you're going with this, but I'm on board.
I'm gonna prick one of my fingers with a star knife that I've got at my side. I'm on Bard.
Aubrey's piggybacking, Francis.
Caster level check, and we will cast Mark of Blood. And Aubrey is now cursed.
Perfect.
Love it. Everything's copper now.
Is Zeta a predator? Does she just wait for people to be brain dead?
She's an
No,
opportunist.
It happens that way.
This is season 5, Zeta now. Get prepared.
She learned it from watching Francis.
Look, sometimes the best way to help you guys is not with your permission.
Zeta gets it.
I'm a wizard. I have no morals.
Just leave shotguns
Don't do
lying
right or
everywhere.
wrong. Instead of shotguns, they're Lelands.
Oh no.
That's even worse. Okay. So,
What time does Francis get back
he doesn't.
that day?
If anything, he slinks in the middle of the night.
Hold on. With a classy girl like Shameen?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doubt it. I have a feeling fucking Francis is gonna be eating breakfast somewhere else.
Yep.
That's just the way it is.
Sometime during the night, as Radis has been burying himself in his work, his hands just stop moving, and he seems to just gaze off into the middle space.
This is a greater scry to see if Francis is still alive.
I don't think you want to see what's going on right now.
I'm turning on the Zeta TV.
All right,
Oh, no.
Francis, where are we at?
What time is it?
What time is it,
It's morning,
Zeta?
right?
Oh, in the morning? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about like.
No, Radis was doing middle of the night stuff.
Okay, never mind.
And after a moment, he takes a deep inhale, and he looks to Sable. He says, "You might have to handle the shop a little while without me tomorrow."
Why?
I need to go have a talk with someone.
Shameen?
He lets out a groan. Yeah,
What for?
just gotta make sure all our bases are covered.
You're not throwing the competition, are you?
No, not at all. But I don't know if you noticed this, but after our little talk, it kind of, with the Duchess, kind of gave me the impression that maybe Alkenstar might be changing soon. As much as I hate to admit it, Shameen's workshop's one of the best ones we got in Alkenstar. I think when all this is said and done, we might need to bury the hatchet.
That might be a good idea.
Don't get me wrong, I like having a villain as much as anyone else. Gives you something to work towards, but if we pull this off, if we actually liberate Cheliax, and then Alkenstar becomes part of the bigger world, we stop hiding behind the Mana Wastes, we need to be able to put our best foot forward. And well, as far as business people go, Shameen's the best we got.
Well, maybe if you do bury the hatchet, she'll throw the competition out the window and let you have it.
No, that won't happen. If anything, I'll probably just be stroking her ego and make her feel all better for if she does beat me. It's probably not worth even trying, but, you know. He shrugs. I'm a patriot. I gotta try.
Well, I might end up having to leave the workshop for a while too, because of the job we're all now mixed up in.
Well, it depends on when the old boy decides to come get y'all, but I get your meaning. If that's the case, just give the keys to the runts over there, and he thumbs over to the workers. Let them lock up when they're done.
Can do.
Tim looks a little insulted by being called a runt, but he doesn't say anything.
Raz gets up and dusts himself off. I'm gonna hit the hay early tonight. It's gonna be a ride tomorrow.
Have faith that it'll all work out.
It won't. And he saunters off to bed.
During the day, Sable would have taken measurements of
Snips.
when he took back.
Okay.
Got back.
Yeah.
And during the night, at least during the day, Sable's gonna work on a side project.
Okay. So what's the plan for the Snips gun?
Snip's gun is just a tiny pistol that does 1 damage. Because it's being fired by a crab, the first shot of combat is at flat-footed touch. and can be enchanted.
It's a little
One
smack.
damage. 1 damage plus 1d6 shock.
Right. And let's think here. My brain. Oh my god.
Honestly, who the hell expects a crab with
It's
a gun?
yeah, it's so small. I imagine it probably has like a 5-foot range on it. It's
5 to
essentially
10.
melee.
Yeah.
Like the
Those
range
cannons.
increments 5, so it could hit out to
Cannons.
15. Okay. Give me the crab check.
The crab check.
Yeah, the crab check.
Ooh.
Oof. Okay. It turns out to be a little bit more difficult than you probably gave it credit for, just because of how small all the parts have to be. And you're essentially loading like 3 grains of gunpowder. But you think you've got a good idea as to how to proceed with it.
Okay.
But in the morning here, Zeta's gonna check in on Francis.
Would you mind if we took 10 here?
Sure. Take 10, be back at 9:26.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be right back too then.
Still think the Nightmare Realm's a decent idea.
No, I agree. Let's do the Nightmare Realm.
How can you cure ability damage? You do it just from like basic rust, right?
Or Lesser Restoration.
I think I could just cast that with my magic or my item mastery.
Just cast it with your item mastery.
Yeah, using I think it's curative mastery.
Because you get 1 ability point for a regular rest. If you spend the whole day, you get 2.
Let's see. It would be restoration mastery.
Yeah, you did kind of take that on the nose, didn't you?
Yeah, I can cast that no problem.
Check out
Easy.
the nose. Good old I'll try anything once sober.
If I activate Alien Mind, I get a +4 sacred bonus to 1 mental ability score, and on saving throws against mind affecting effects. So if I put it to Wisdom, it's just a straight
Yeah.
+6.
Yeah, that's super nice. Yeah, I could totally just cast restoration with my beard. So I'm good.
Wait, lesser or
Just restoration.
ew? That's Aubrey. Since you
Item
can just
mastery.
willy-nilly
So-
cast restoration, we should be lesser wishing a bunch more.
Let me see if it's limited. Nope. Nope, not even limited to times per.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it is. It's once per day plus an additional time per day when your base fortitude save reaches +9 and +12. So I think I get 3 uses of it per day.
Okay, we should be limited wishing all the time,
Yeah, go for it.
because that's how I pay for limited wish. No, wait, that's drain. But restoration should take care of that.
I don't see why not. And I think any healing cures drain.
Mm. I don't know about that. I'd have to see the literature on that, but I don't believe so. I believe you actually do need a restoration spell.
No,
for-
yeah, you're right. Restoration cures it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm back.
Hey, I'm gonna cast restoration on myself to heal that damage.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. You will need a caster level check.
Oof.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what it's based on when I'm using item mastery.
Beard
It's based on your
looking
constitution.
Is it that or is it
Yep.
fortitude?
It's constitution. I don't know what your caster level is, but I know it's constitution based.
All effects created by item mastery feats act as spell-like abilities and use your base attack bonus as the caster level.
There it is. And then it's not modified by constitution.
Nope.
Oh,
Right? Any spell-like ability save DC is equal. Yeah, that's what the DCs are based on.
well, it's a concentration check, so it goes off a caster level plus casting stat.
All right.
So if you have a positive Constitution modifier, it'll help.
Got a little bit of one. So it's
What's the level spell? It's like 2 or 3, isn't it?
restoration. It is
Regular restoration, not lesser.
just regular
what I
ass
said.
restoration.
It's like a
That's exactly
fucking
what I said.
4th or 5th level spell.
Indeed.
Alright.
Yeah, it's 4th level.
Let's see it. Coward, you won't.
All right. So give me the breakdown again.
You roll your caster level plus your
9.
casting modifier.
Okay. Casting level plus.
So you're bad.
modifier. Right.
Because
So
it's item.
15.
How is it 15?
D20
You do
plus
not have
15.
You do not have a plus 15 bab, do you?
13 bab plus 2 for con.
Ah. Yeah. Okay. And you have restoration on the
Jesus.
witch's spell list?
No, it's from item mastery.
Mmm.
I should probably re-roll that, shouldn't I?
It's up to you, right?
It'll be fine.
I have been trying to make a point to use hero points more.
Yeah.
Francis, give me a hero point real quick.
Oh no.
I can't.
He can't. Who's not
Alright,
there?
go again.
Yeah, I'm totally not there.
I don't know if you think it's worth the hero point. Yeah. Fuck. Take your hero point back.
Nice.
It's
Oh,
pretty
really?
good.
Very cool. Thank you. But yeah, restoration mastery is just dope.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be really good to have.
Also, if I have 9 ranks in both heal and use magic device, I can instead cost an item to cast either remove blindness, deafness, or remove paralysis.
Dude. Remove paralysis is actually way better than it
Yeah.
sounds.
Oh, that means I can go start blind and deafening
If
our
you-
team members and you can fix them.
If you say something, Ober could probably do a facsimile of it.
Okay. Be a sane individual.
Okay, I'll get Owl's wisdom real quick. That's an
No.
easy one.
Just
Yeah.
Crank's wisdom. Still insane.
If I just spend a few more decades in that nightmare realm, I'll be up to like 13 wisdom.
Aubrey, I'll see you guys in 100 years. I'm going to have some nightmares. Everyone, what? Aubrey comes back. Things I've seen, man.
I've seen everything.
Gee, Aubrey. 2 Hellraisers?
It's my posse now.
Skinless.
Yeah, remove paralysis is area of effect too. I didn't know that.
Okay, I return. What was the nat 20?
I was curing my wisdom damage.
Ah,
With a spell.
With a spell, technically, a spell like ability.
Just gave the cat catnip. This is gonna be
See in
good.
my beard.
Go on, Toast.
I love it.
Roll in the catnip.
Shameen shows up. Everybody's like, fuck this bitch. 20 minutes later. You know what? Maybe she's okay.
No, she's not.
No, she's not.
Meanwhile, KFC's like, yeah, fuck this bitch.
He loves her.
KFC's like, well, you guys asked me to.
Right?
I don't like her, and Radis hates her. But I've been thinking about this for a while. And Radis cares a little more about his country than his pride. A little bit,
A little bit.
not much.
I love all the quote-unquote wholesome scenes with Kill Switch.
Kicking dogs.
Yeah.
You got such an evil head on your shoulders.
Piking that Lemire with the Bone Devil.
Oh man, I can't wait to show her Dan.
You have such a low-level devil with you.
You're like,
Speaking
yeah,
of that, speaking of general evil shit,
Thought you were about to say General Dan.
go on.
have I been able to pinpoint like a prominent religion in Alkenstar besides Turak?
You been trying to do that?
I've been looking around. I'm always checking out the churches.
God, you're such a whore for gods.
Right.
They're always not
You're
very varied and different architecture.
Overy just wants more beans to grant him power.
Right.
Grant his beard power.
You have to respect
Beans.
all.
Yeah, he
the-
just needs more
all the
beans.
gods. Been thinking about them
Beans.
beans.
He's just trying to find out how the next thing is gonna fuck up his beard.
I feel like
I'm
if
just
there's
curious if
anything,
it's, strange for Shameen to worship Asmodeus.
Me and the boys are toying
Well,
looking for beans.
Asmodeus has worshippers everywhere. Even if
But I
it's not the
mean-
most prominent religion, there's always some
not?
Asmodeans.
Why not Abadar at that point? He's Asmodeus light.
I mean, there are Abadar worshippers. It is one of the more prominent religions here.
Remember, their main trade consortium is with a city of undead.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, as far as like the main religions of this place, since you've been here a while, it's Abadar is the most. Like, there's like if you ask somebody if they're worshiping a god, specifically a god, they're more likely going to say Abadar. And
Oh,
then-
that coin.
And then it's Aristil, Aurori, and then Torag. Torag, of course, almost
Definitely
exclusively
not for
dwarf.
Razma.
Yeah,
Nope.
definitely not for Razma.
I wouldn't think. I thought Torak would be more widespread in Alkenstar.
It's mostly dwarves. It's just this place has a very high dwarf population because of its proximity to Dongan Hold. Still can't get over that it's called Dongan Hold.
It's like Alkenstar
Man, the
was
Don
made
gun.
for me.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Don's got guns. He's got 4 of them.
We totally should just like give the Duchess. Fucking can't remember his name now. It's not important enough.
Just give her Leland. We present to you
No,
this
the gun.
gun.
The gun boy.
Radis?
No, the literal gun.
Draymond?
Draymond.
Oh.
No.
Fuck him.
No.
Fuck him.
Wow.
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 Sudden aggression.
Aubrey.
But he's
He is-
worthless.
He'd probably be
Draymond's one
safest
of the
here.
team. Draymond is one of the team.
Draymond,
He's one of the team.
he is less than a dancing monkey.
Wow. No.
He
Draymond
literally
was-
cannot dance.
It's
Don't even argue me on this.
He's a valued member of our team.
Aubrey's sitting here like, dude, Tamis is more important.
Sable is
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, and Tamis can dance.
determined to turn him into a happy gun.
Well, we don't want to do that.
Well,
Right.
a gun that's actually useful.
Go ahead and restore his confidence.
See how that treats you.
You're
Yeah,
right.
Opposite of
I
good.
can kill all of.
right.
Oh wait, hold on. We didn't
Whoa,
mention
whoa,
anything
whoa!
about
Stay
that.
inside.
Quick, throw that silencer on this bad boy.
Right.
Oh, you're right. I can manage humanity.
dreaming with a silencer, just muffled crying.
No dream with a silencer, and he's like, perfect.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Because
should
he
we
was
just
because he was an
downtime
assassin.
until,
Remember?
comes back?
Remember when he was an assassin, guys?
Remember when he was a threat?
No.
Ugh.
You're right, he was never a threat to you. Holov probably
With
didn't help
arm.
Zaflon. It was just Tark, wasn't it?
Oh, I'm sure everybody was there for that.
Nah, I doubt Holov was there for that.
Why not? Be a perfect opportunity to smite something.
Yeah,
Look,
give me
I-
your-
If you can guarantee that when Holov smites something, the smite will actually go through, he's for it. You have no
Hey,
idea
Holov,
what kind of
smite my dad?
what
Oh,
kind of-
fuck yeah.
what kind of existential crisis he has to go through when he's like, should I smite this? What if it doesn't go through? It's gonna be the water element all over again.
Oh no. That's how
Is
we
he
defeat
evil?
Olaf.
Is he?
Is he evil? No. No, it's the kids who are wrong.
Right? The smite
The
doesn't go
argument
through.
Draven makes. No, it's the kids that are wrong.
The smite doesn't go through, and he's like, no, it's the alignment that is wrong.
That's how this all began.
Ugh.
But yeah, should we just downtime until this dwarf shows up?
I mean, Radis is going to see Shamin.
Yeah. But first, Zeta was gonna spy on Killswitch.
Yeah, gotta make sure Killswitch is okay.
Give me a will save, Killswitch.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
You're not evil, technically, are you?
No,
Technically.
You're an outsider.
she is an outsider.
Why don't we want her seeing what's going on?
I'm ambivalent whether or not Zeta has to see this.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Alright.
Got him.
No peep show for you then.
Pervert.
I mean, it's the morning. They should be getting breakfast or something, right? Should
Should.
be getting breakfast, right?
Should.
That's probably what they should be doing right now,
I guess you just won't know now, will you?
right?
Speaking of, do we need to roll any fortitude checks here?
Are you trying to roll some fortitude checks? I'm gonna say no.
Okay, alright, I didn't know, you know.
She could be a dirty whore.
Wow.
I don't
Wow,
like her, but
okay.
let's not.
Right?
We were.
Never know what you could pick up in the hells.
Fucking.
That's okay, she might be a girl
KFC
like
is goddamn Big Ed. This is an STD test.
They're probably just sitting there reading
Oh,
a
no.
contract. Let's be real.
Poor Shamin. I feel my heart crack. Whenever KFC inevitably betrays her. No, I can't do that to her now. Now I feel bad.
It's so good. So, I guess we do need to know where Shamin and Killswitch are whenever Radis heads over to Shamin's shop.
Yeah, what time would that be? That's after morning prayers.
Yeah, it's
Probably about
We'll
10
call it-
o'clock.
probably after morning prayer.
Radis is very cleaned up. He's trying to look as presentable as possible.
Oh, I do want to preface something. Ever since getting the buff from Smythe, Sable has been praying every morning to Aristil.
Smied.
Yep. No, I thought you
Smythe.
already didn't Sable already worship Aristil.
Yeah, but she didn't actively pray.
Oh,
Wow,
okay,
what a terrible worshiper.
right. She goes to church on holidays.
Not dedicating an hour of your life every day to prayers?
Well. Anyway.
I mean, she didn't have abilities that were dependent on prayer.
What's Air still done for me lately? So where are my people at here, Killswitch? Where are you guys gonna be?
Yeah, I figured we'd be at her shop. We'd probably have some more work to do, or I'm sure she'd need some more assistance getting her propaganda working.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of which, what kind of pro Cheliax, like sympathetic Cheliax propaganda did you have in mind?
So definitely maybe like a special Chilaxian firearm line. Maybe like a promotional line.
You motherfucker. Why are you trying to sabotage Radis?
So what do you have in
We
mind for
could,
this
like-
special line of Chilaxian firearms?
So we could put all kind of like devil iconography like engraved into it.
Mm.
And then of course, she could throw some kind of sale with it. Francis could help make some flyers, put them out, maybe make a couple of jingles for her shop. And whenever they're there, he could probably like give some kind of he could bard it up and kind of tell the tale of just how great Cheliax is and this great new firearm design from Cheliax.
Now I do have a question. And how does this help persuade the average person to help Cheliax? It sounds like you're pandering to your base.
A little bit. That's where Shameen comes in.
What?
She's the one she's supposed to be my guide on what the people from Alkenstar like. Seems like crap.
Right. Now I have to do it.
Don't punt it back to me.
I'll punt it back to Radis.
Good, actually.
Yeah, what do you think? What's a good idea for some pro-Cheliax propaganda?
Are you saying this are y'all like having this conversation as Radis is coming in?
Yeah, probably. When you get there, Radis will probably get there and be like, where is she? And the guy brings you to the back where they're talking about how they could draw in the average Chilaxian to help Cheliax.
The average Alkenstarian to help Cheliax?
Yeah, that's what I mean. What the hell did I say?
Average Chilaxian to help Cheliax.
Yeah, of course. Of course I did.
I mean, if we could draw all of them here, that's another.
As Radis comes in, he listens to the conversation for a while. You guys probably don't even notice him because she's so just wrapped in your backwards hands. And as you're trying to figure out a way to sell Alkenstaris, Radis says, "Have every firearm come with a pamphlet that describes some piece of local trade or an individual from Cheliax that made history. Let the people of Alkenstar get to know Cheliax a little bit. The problem is we're duly misinformed about everything that happens in the world because we hide behind the mana wastes. Educating the people is the best way to get them on your side."
Frank's just taking notes.
And he kind of covers his mouth after he says it.
She seems shocked at Radis's presence, but intrigued by the idea, and then turns to Francis and says, "But of course, we simply lie to them."
It all seems so simple now.
There's no need to lie about Cheliax. There's plenty of good things that the people of Alkenstar would latch on to.
Genius. We simply make up good things that Cheliax has done.
He pinches his brow. Shameen, have you ever been to Cheliax?
Uh, she she looks longingly into the middle distance. It says,
Raditz approaches and kind of like extends his hand to a spare chair. May I?
she kind of motions to the chair. Says,
Sits down.
I have spent most of my life here, in the neighboring countries, trade relations, and one day I will go to Cheliax.
There are a few things that Cheliax and Alkenstar actually have in common. We in Alkenstar tend to have a proclivity to keep things orderly, much like Cheliax. And we in Alkenstar tend to value our safety, much like Cheliax. Though these are only two things, they're two great things that our nations have in common. Things that you want to lean on if you want to try and get the people's, well, attention towards Cheliax and what valuable allies they might be. Funnily enough, it looks like Francis here beat me to the punch on what I wanted to talk to you about.
She seems confused and says, Radas, you want to help Cheliax?
I don't just want to help Cheliax. Look, I've been a little more well-traveled, which is, well, how you managed to swipe the damn workshop out from under my hands like that. But I've been to Cheliax. Hell, I've lived there for a while. It's not as bad as people from here think it is.
She looks to Francis, confused.
Francis nods. He's a bit of a simpleton. Don't worry about that.
Tell her that he shot it through Noble to death.
I'm saving that one for later.
Has he not informed you that we actually travel in the presence of a Throom?
Didn't I tell you that?
Did you?
Radis kind of gives her a grin like, beat you, bitch. Gives him a grin, not her.
Yeah,
Gives,
didn't.
Francis a grin like.
Well, it depends. He might have.
Yeah, I mean, I
feel like that was one of
literally
those
went through the whole
juicy
story.
tidbits he was holding on to.
Oh no, I just spent a whole betrayal garden walk with her.
Yeah.
Betrayal garden.
It was probably somewhere right before or right after the puppy kicking.
Yeah, around that time.
Yeah.
And and this is what they did to the Thrones.
But as I was saying, I'm a little more worldly traveled than you are. I've gotten a bit more, well, societal experience at this point. You can see him, like, there's a lump in his throat that he swallows. But that doesn't make me a better businessman.
She says, it doesn't make you a worse businessman. Being a bad businessman makes you a worse businessman.
She's got a point there, Radis.
Very good, Shemeen. Look, I came here today because I need to talk to you about something. I'm not sure how much Francis has told you. We took a little visit to the duchy a while ago. Has Francis informed you about his group's, predicament? And the predicament occurring over in Cheliax? I can only assume so, as y'all are discussing trying to garner Chelaxian sympathy.
But of course, your esteemed friend here has made me abreast of the situation. We were trying to make sure that the population at large would be behind the crown.
He crosses his arms and kind of leans back. We already got the Duchess on our side, but you might be right. Having the population would certainly be a good thing. After
Fun.
all, for what comes next, having the people on Cheliax's side is the important thing. Shameen, you're smart, and I don't like saying that, but surely you have to know what happens if we pull this off, right? Alkenstar ain't stuck behind the mana waste no more. For the first time, we're out in the world, and we become a part of it.
Give me a sense motive.
Radis isn't great at those, but okay. Radis really isn't great at those. I don't know why you keep asking me sense motives.
Because you keep being in conversations.
Well, you want us to participate.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Does she say anything? Or is she just, like, not even listening to him?
Let me think here. Yeah, she says, yeah, she foo-foo-foos, of course, and says that trade relations with the re-established Cheliax would be most beneficial.
And Cheliax is just the start, Shameen. It doesn't end with Cheliax. It starts with Cheliax. I understand that you have a deep respect for the throne, but I think you're thinking a little too small here. They're a means to an end. And Alkenstar is the end.
Alkenstar is the end?
Alkenstar is the end goal.
Of what? You lost me now. You lost me.
What he's saying is that the crown is the means to an end,
Mhm.
and what should be more important is using that influence to further Alkenstar.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I need a fucking sense motive.
Why stop at just Cheliax? When Alkenstar comes in as the saviors of greatest countries in the world, what do you think that's gonna do to us?
Radis getting a little high on this horse over here, huh?
Right?
Corvosa, Cadria, Taldor, they'll all want something of what we have. The secret of Alkenstar will be exposed. The world will see us for what we are.
What's the
Further
secret?
technologically speaking, better armaments, better defenses, weapons that can be used by the common man to combat things like sorcerers and wizards.
She says, she foo-foo-foos. And she looks to Francis to foo-foo-foo with her.
Oh, he's down with it.
And she says, Radis, the means to an end is our phrase. To be sole proprietor of firearms would be a wonderful thing. But of course we would have to convince the crown to allow us to sell to other countries. And that could take
This time
many
it's
years.
Radis' turn to laugh. Radis lets out a loud guffaw at this one. And you think they'll be in any position to tell us what to do? What do you think we're doing over there? You think we're going over there to make a nice cozy deal? No, Shameen. We're going over there to save their asses and make them indebted to us.
Oh, Radis, you misunderstand. Not their crown, but ours. The duchy will not allow us to just sell firearms to other countries.
Perhaps not. No. And I don't blame her for that one. But maybe we can work on something different.
Maybe blame her a little bit.
No, I don't blame her for that one. I mean, Zaflan already screwed the pooch and let our secrets out. Not really much we can do about that. But there's gotta be some other way to take advantage of the situation. Look, what I'm getting at here, Shamin, is I want to bury the hatchet.
Oh, she laughs so haughtily. So, like a deep, like a chest haughtily laugh.
I need to roll a pride check.
Oof, 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 oof.
And she says, "You come here to forfeit?"
No, I'm not forfeiting, alright? The contest still stands. But if I win, I want this to end. Our workshops are too damn good to be at odds with each other. If Alkenstar makes its way out into the world like this, we need to be able to put our best foot forward. And that starts with your workshop and mine working together. Let's face it, Shamin, there ain't no one with a better eye for business than you. And while you make perfectly standard guns, there's no one with a better eye for quality than my workshop. If we put our heads together, imagine what we can do.
Real charmer there.
He's basically saying, your guns are fine. Your business is better. My
She-
business sucks, but my guns are better.
She looks to Kill Switch. Like, Kill Switch, you're insanely high sense motive. You immediately understand. The look on her face is like, can you believe this fucking guy? Thinks he.
Francis gives arches his eyebrows like, I know.
Trust me.
I know.
She says, "Yes, Stratus. Our workshops will work together."
Yes. Perhaps,
Perhaps sneeze.
perhaps sneeze. Sounds like, he just has some kind of ploy to get his workshop back in order.
Francis, I already made my ploy to get my workshop back in order. That's the bet. And look, you can talk down to me all you want, Shamin. I don't care anymore. I care more about Alkenstar. And frankly, I care more about the state of the world. Even if I lose, I'm still not gonna come work for you until this shit with Cheliax is over. He points to Francis. I am beholden to this group, and I'll help them until the day I die or Cheliax is free.
You know, it sounds kind of ominous when you put it like that.
Oh, I don't expect Radis to get out of this alive.
Oh man. She Hold on. Ba, 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 ba. I'm gonna double check something. One day I will double check something.
One day.
Yep. There's that one.
Is she about to cast a spell on me? Because I wouldn't.
No,
prestidigitator.
No.
I wouldn't.
No. 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 Guess not. Okay. She says, Radis, your fervor for the fatherland is admirable. Perhaps we can arrange a different deal. And she kind of shoots Kill Switch a look. Like, the kind of look that, like, trick basketball players give when they dress up as an old man and go down to a courthouse before they just school on somebody.
Francis just nods. Of course.
She says, perhaps we take the stakes out of our current arrangement and instead we draft up something that would allow you to go help the fatherland, and were you not to come back, well, then the workshop would belong to me. But were there be a free Cheliax, then you would be getting your shop back.
Francis gonna stop her and say, hold. Perhaps, you could put his name second on the shop if he comes back.
No deal, Shameen. I'm coming to you with an olive branch right now. Please.
This is a good deal for you. You're already planning on going out there. If you come back, the shop is yours, and if you do not, the shop is mine.
You don't understand, Shameen. The shop needs to be mine. So
The
I can supply these people with the armaments that they need.
The shop cannot belong to a dead man.
Maybe not. But if I'm dead, they'll already have the things they need. And yes, I am working under the assumption that I am going to win this bet against you. And you can scoff and foo and guffaw. But it's time you start taking me seriously because I'm trying to help you so that you can help Alkenstar.
She looks to Kill Switch for backup.
And Francis, you already know what we have planned. You know she can't beat us.
He sighs. Look, Shameen, he's not the one you have to be worried about in the contest. It's the Chilaxian you have to worry about.
She seems super confused. She says, the guard?
No, the other one. The young Thrune. She is also well versed. Remember how I said the Chilaxians do have their own way with firearms. This old codger, well, he's past his prime, but the young blood from Cheliax, she is the one who might give you a run for your money.
Oh.
That's why he feels so confident.
I see. Radis tries to bring in the ringer.
Fuck you.
You bring in a ringer to win your Smith off.
Ain't no ringer. We're working together, that's all. As far as I'm concerned, if I die, after I get my place back, if I end up croaking, she's next in line to take it.
Shameen reaches onto the table and grabs a small bell and rings it, places it back down, and one of her assistants comes in. She takes out a small quill and scribbles a note down, hands it to him. He comes and takes it and walks away.
And what exactly was that all about?
She foo-foo-foos and says, yeah, some insurance. I feel the proposal I gave was not uh, enough pressure. Killswitch, you were in position to read what she wrote. And
I would.
yeah, she's about to try to bribe Sable.
Okay. Okay. Was it a good number?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Are you gonna tell Radis
What, out loud?
at all?
Do you know Drow sign language, buddy?
I don't know any Drow sign language.
Throws gang
Why the fuck
signs.
would you know Drow sign
Why
language?
would he need Drow sign language?
I thought we all agreed to learn Drow sign language.
No.
Nope.
I
No.
specifically agreed I would not be learning Drow sign
There are
language.
like
Even if he
people
did, like,
who know Drow sign.
the
Fucking
Drow would,
Dawn knows Drow sign language.
but even if he did, the Drow would be like, why is he talking backwards? I can't understand any of this."
It's like he wrote it. He
Stand in a mirror.
yeah, he writes it on the. He's writing it on the inside of the cooler section.
I'm not
See
too
why
worried
anyone
about
likes
Sable.
it so much.
backstabbing
Can't do
us.
the same thing.
Backstabbing us? It's just
Sable's
backstabbing
the highest
Radis.
Wisdom of us all.
Yeah.
It's only backstabbing Radis.
Yeah, just continue your conversation. Shh.
Oh no. No matter what kind of insurance you provide, you're not gonna beat us, Shameen. That's why I want to try and talk to you about the future. I'm trying to do something that will better Alkenstar here, alright?
And the future is future.
Yeah.
Why can't you just
Which
swallow
future?
your pride and accept it? Why do we have to keep up this argument that's been going on since, hell, your grandmother and Havasek?
Now, Radis, no need to get personal about it.
It
Maybe
is
we should all
personal, Francis, so why don't you
Radis,
shut your
Radis.
mouth and keep your ass out of it? This
Radis,
isn't about you.
come now. Why don't we all go stop for lunch, and we can continue this conversation in the afternoon. Does that sound reasonable?
No,
The
I
deal.
want to talk
Agreed,
about this
Joe.
now.
I think you're getting to a bit of a circular argument, my friend.
And I think I'd really like you to be quiet so Shameen and I can talk.
Says, I think the deal I am offering is better than your current circumstance. It depends on if you think your chances of living in this excursion back to Cheliax is higher than your chance to win this competition. You're not planning on dying, are you?
There's a look in his eyes.
Oh no.
Go on. What's the look?
No,
Do it.
Francis
Kills.
get a sense.
Yeah, Francis has it.
sense motive
I
knows.
assure you.
Is
Sense
it the
motive it.
fucking do it look?
Yeah. It's the I've got something planned and I might not survive it look.
Okay.
Says, oh, Radis. We can't have you going out and dying. What fun would that be?
Why, you'd miss my miserable face too much?
She... Killswitch knows this look. She looks like she's just had just a small treat. Just a little like a beignet. And
No,
she
he
said,
said it with a smile on his face though.
yeah, she still looks like that because she's remembering She doesn't say what it is. Let's just. She says,
Yes.
in some sense, Radis, your presence is amusing.
Radis drops the Chilaxian common, and he goes on the Kellish,
Okay.
and he says, "How much has Francis actually told you about the ordeal they're facing?"
How much, Francis?
Pretty
You know,
good, right?
Yeah.
Have you told her about the apocalyptic god dragon that threatens to encroach upon the entire world?
I mean, you don't do that on the first date. I feel like dropping the paladin thing was pretty heavy already. Apocalyptic god dragon? Depends on how hard she pressed.
Oh, I'm sure she was interested.
Okay. Yeah, if she asked about it, then sure.
Have you seen any apocalyptic god dragons? Well, actually, since you're asking,
Yeah. That was not to brag.
not to brag or anything, but yeah. Why, are you into that type of thing?
As you Francis can't understand because he doesn't speak Kellish.
No, he doesn't.
You understand one word out of it, and it's Dranacuic, and he's basically just asking Shameen if Francis told her about Dranacuic.
She says, yeah, she's been informed.
Is she responding in Kellish?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're apparently in agreement that this is a severe conversation. Radis explains to her that securing Cheliax is the first step to making sure that this threat does not reach the rest of the world. And that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that they get Cheliax back. Even if it means doing something out of character.
I'm down. That's not what I wanted to roll at all. Um, okay. She basically asks, if it's so important, why are you here?
He explains to her that he originally offered his workshop so that Sable could produce weapons that would help them combat the Holov and the Dranacuic threat. Upon learning that he had lost the workshop, he had to secure it back somehow to ensure that Sable could still create these weapons. He then admits to her that the contest was nothing but a stall for time, so that they could still utilize the workshop and Sable could make the weapons.
She makes this really weird hand motion, and in Kelly she says, "Consider it done."
He blinks, "Excuse me?" And he says that in common.
She goes back to common. She says, "I have a feeling the workshop will be accessible to your protege."
He kind of scratches his head. "I don't understand."
Oh, yes, I am bribing her.
Radis thinks for a moment. You know, if it was any other Thrune, I'd say that was a good move. But she's not exactly the type to accept a bribe. And then again, how much did you offer her?
Your workshop.
That's pretty fair. He kind of laughs and leans back in the chair. Yeah, I can't really see her declining that, to be honest. She'd be an idiot, she'd be an idiot to decline it.
Of course, it would still belong to me, but she could use its resources. And of course, the 30,000 gold is a help.
He scratches his head. Yeah, I suppose that would take me out the equation and they wouldn't really need me anymore, huh?
Oh, Radis, don't be sad.
He
Your
looks
back
at
is
Francis
extremely stabbable.
He looks at Francis with a smile on his face and kind of leans on the table. Well, I hope you're happy, Francis. You sold her the keys to the kingdom.
Francis got like the what the
You're the one that told her about fucking Sable.
Yeah, you're like, Sable's really the one doing all the work.
So?
So she's just gonna buy the
Yeah.
key player of the best team.
He
Yeah.
stands up and kind of brushes himself off and cleans off the spot he had on the counter. He gives Shameen a nod. He says, "Well played, Shameen. Well played."
She says, if it makes you feel better, my offer does still stand.
He shakes his head. You know, there's two things I value in the world. My pride and Alkenstar. I care about Alkenstar just a little more than my pride. But my pride's pretty up there, so I won't be going back on any deals I made.
She kind of shrugs, half-heartedly. Suit yourself.
As he's leaving, he looks to Radis and he said, "You know, she's right. My
You are
back is
Radis.
extremely set." Sorry, turns to Francis and says, "She's right. My back is extremely stabbable. Turns out, it's happened to almost all the owners of this workshop. Happened as a flan too." And he nods, saying, "Thanks for keeping up the legacy, Francis."
Anytime, Radis.
Moral of the story is never trust the charisma characters. It's always...
Was it a like, oh fuck, what have I done? Anytime, or was it a got him anytime?
Got him!
Was followed by a foo foo foo.
Yeah. Sounds like I got him to me.
Yeah,
You don't
got
think
him.
foo 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 is coming after that?
As Radis leaves,
I
though-
can't get it out of my head.
The
but, like,
foo-foo-foos.
all I can think of is like when the panel of like wholesome KFC and Shameen goes through. There's like a scene where Shameen and Francis, they're like laying under the stars, right, looking at each other, and Francis just says to her, "Shameen, I only want to make you foo foo, never boo hoo."
Wow. Thanks, I hate it.
As Radis leaves the workshop, he gives off an all according to plan look.
So, Sable,
Yes.
you're working in the shop, and the guy who usually just hands out tools actually lets you know that there's someone at the front desk for you.
I'll reluctantly go see it.
Ugh, gotta stop working.
Right?
Basically, yes.
So you go up to the front, likely recovered in soot, and a gentleman kind of slides over a letter and leaves wordlessly. And as you read over the letter, essentially it's a contract from Shameen, and what it's offering is basically you'd have full access to the workshop, as well as a payment of 30,000 gold pieces just to stop working with Radis and instead work with her. And it seems like the work that's you would be doing with her is literally just sitting at a day spa.
Come on,
uh,
betray Raditz too.
no.
Zabel is actually gonna wait for Raditz to come back.
Okay. I'm sure Killswitch will probably follow after Radis.
Yeah, it won't be long after that.
Yeah. Catch up with him on the way back. Kind of hustle up beside him. Be like, ha ha, got him. Oh, wait, wrong group.
Yeah, Radis comes in.
Let him get out of shooting distance.
He has a weary smile on his face.
Zabel approaches Raditz and says, evidently, I'm being bribed.
Yeah, Francis spilled the beans on the fact that you were helping, and Shameen wanted to secure the win.
That means she's scared of you.
Francis enters late.
Now, I ain't gonna tell you what to do. I understand no matter what decision you want to make. I imagine she offered you a pretty cushy deal.
Count cushy meaning lazy.
He gives her a grin and he says, "Yeah, I thought that'd be the case."
But
You're not gonna take it, are you?
I don't want to, but I have to think of why we were here.
That's fair. I understand.
Perfect.
Like, I really don't want to.
But
But that's
She
a
makes
lot
a
of
good
gold on
offer.
the line. Yeah, she makes a good offer. I would have full access to the workshop. It just wouldn't be the Haversek workshop anymore.
A question for you, Sable.
What's that?
How much of the gun is done?
About 2/3.
2/3, you'd say, hmm? So do you think I could finish it?
Oh, no doubt.
Do you think I could finish it up to the quality that you can?
No doubt. I have complete faith in you.
Now, wouldn't it be fantastic if you took the deal, took the money, I finished the gun, we curb stomped her anyway, and then we could see the look on her face?
That does sound like fun. But I'm pretty sure we have ears in this conversation that are going to spoil it.
Oh, Francis wouldn't do that. Francis is there.
Yeah,
isn't he?
Francis is there.
Francis, you wouldn't do that, would
no,
you?
of course not.
Well, has he revealed what kind of weapon it is we're making yet?
Has he?
No,
Are you going to?
I don't know.
How am I supposed to know what I'm gonna? Yeah. How am I supposed to know what I'm gonna reveal tomorrow?
Yeah, I need some sort of like hush fee.
Yeah.
These devil deals don't make themselves, you know.
And here I thought we were friends, Francis.
Are I
He doesn't
just
know what the
require
hell a
money.
friend is.
No, I require money to cast spells, you guys. I'm poor.
Deal with Francis is like a deal with the devil.
Basically is. He's part devil anyway.
I'll make you a deal. Alright? Not you, Francis. Sable. If you don't take it,
Oh,
if you
Somebody
don't
say
take it,
deal?
and we win, you're next in line for the workshop anyway. Meaning, when I keel over, or I hand it off, which will be sooner rather than later, the workshop is yours.
Radis.
I know, you came here for a reason.
No, that's not it. As much as I would love to drop everything and be the owner of a workshop, as a Thrune, I do have duties
Do
that
you?
need to be attended to.
You never even knew about these duties until recently.
And my grandparents didn't know they had a granddaughter until recently.
He nods. That's fair. So I take it you're not interested in the workshop.
Again, I am, but there are pressing things. I need time to think. I can't just drop everything at the drop of a hat.
I never said I expected you to. But, you go ahead and give that bribe a thinking. I won't judge you no matter what you do. I'ma get in the back and get back to work.
Okay.
And, Raz is gonna go in the back and delve into the work harder than he ever has. In fact, I want to burn Radis's final hero point to get him to work into overdrive.
Okay.
He's
We'll
not getting any others.
Okay. We can dive into that in a minute here. So what's Sable and Killswitch doing when Radis goes to the back?
Sable looks at Francis, then just asks, "How much do you need?"
Francis wasn't aware. Okay. A little bit taken aback by that, but okay.
She is Chilaxian.
Well, alright, Sable. You see, look. You know this surge of energy you guys get during battle? Feel like maybe you can retry anything you might have messed up.
I feel like you could retry.
You know what I'm talking about, Sable. We all feel it. That sort of heroic energy we all have. Not gonna lie to you, Sable. Cost me 1,000 gold to cast that every time. Just saying, this money's not going to waste. You give me 1/3 of that. 10,000. I'll
And you
make sure
keep
that
quiet?
I'll keep quiet. Not only that, you know that money is going back towards you anyway.
And if all goes well, we have an additional 65,000. If all goes well.
You know, I'm just here to help you guys.
I'm gonna go take a bath.
Fucking Killswitch over here, like Killswitch literally just Mac from Always Sunny. See, I'm playing both sides. I always win.
Basically.
Okay. What's Zeta and Leland doing? How about Aubrey? What you guys up to?
What are we guys up to?
Enjoying the melodrama.
I'm pretty much just downtiming it until the dwarf shows up.
Making some popcorn in the forge.
I
Popcorn.
can't cast Greatest Scry on Francis, but I can on fucking Radis.
I'll set up a little pop-up
He's in the
shop
building.
on one of the busy streets.
Oh, you talking about watching him while he was there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So I have to ask, how much delay is there between an event and seeing it in Scry? Like,
None.
if he walked into
I
the
don't-
room that he was being scried on, how long before the feedback made it deafening?
I feel like you probably wouldn't get a feedback.
You're talking about like an infinite scry, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
tapping a
if he
green
was
tap.
right next to Zeta while Zeta was scrying on him.
Okay, realistically, I don't think I have another Scry to spend. So.
Rip.
That sounds like something Zeta would likely try and test.
Yeah, I think Scry probably can't pick up other Scries. Like, you can't scry on someone scrying on someone, and scry on the scries.
Or more to the point, if he's just in the next room over, what kind of delay is there between
I don't think there is a
the
delay.
in-person version
Shouldn't be any
and
delay.
the scribed
Yeah.
version?
I think it's no
seeing it
delay.
as is.
Oh.
It's real time.
In any case,
It's like magic.
First 20 plus 19, cast level check for teleport back to the boat.
Perfect. So, wait, what's the caster level check?
To teleport back to the boat.
No, what's the total?
17 plus 19.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Leland?
Thought there was a fucking just a
Yeah,
17.
we'll bring the Lelands.
Okay.
We don't need them winking out again. That was probably terrifying for them if they comprehended it.
So, you and the Lelands go. When you turn that corner and become not visible to anyone else, this is greater teleport, right?
Oops, all wet.
No, this is normal teleport.
Normal teleport. Oh, roll a 100.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you roll, you go through the little invisible corner, and Zeta, you find yourself falling. Basically between bubbles. Like if you imagine a bubble bath, and Zeta was a small mote of, like a grain of sand, sliding between the membranes of the bubbles towards the bottom.
Are the Lelands with me?
They are there and falling like a pachinko machine. They're going a different route. And all the bubbles membranes are touching each other. There's no gap between any of them. So you're just slipping and sliding down. And inside of each of the bubbles, you see what you believe to be other people's dreams.
Oh, cool! Look at all that.
And while you're almost in sort of like a sleep paralysis situation where you're conscious and you can look around, but you can't move at all. In fact, you get the feeling you're not supposed to be awake for this part. And then, after you fall for a ways, the other two, the Lelands, kind of close in ranks with you. And you get a close look at them, and while their eyes are open, there's nothing going on behind those eyes. And then you slip through the membrane of a bubble, and as you do, you find yourself turning the corner onto the boat.
I'm gonna check on the Lelands, make sure they're okay.
They seem to have no concept of what's happened. A moment ago, they were in Alkenstar.
Okay, Lelands, you all right? They're all right. Lelands, welcome to the boat. Boat, Lelands.
Hello, boat.
Leland, boat.
Hello, boat. Hello, boat.
Monticello's, Leland, boat, Leland, Monticello's.
Don't forget Dan.
I'm gonna cast Unseen Crew. The boat begins all the tools and brooms and whatever. It's Fantasia. Everything starts animating again, batting down hatches and everything.
Yeah, the boat is heavily listing to the fore.
Gonna shout at the crew to get the boat righted again. Tell second mate Leland and third mate Leland that they are welcome to take charge of the Unseen Crew.
Ebony seems confused as to why there's more Lelands.
Oh yes, Ebony. Second mate Leland, third mate Leland. Second mate Leland, Ebony, third mate Leland, Ebony, second mate Leland, third mate Leland, Ebony.
And
Why can the lizard talk?
Dragon.
That's not a dragon.
No, it's a dragon. It's a black dragon. That's Ebony. Ebony's our friend. She used to be a murderous swamp pit goblin, but you know. Now she's with us.
And now she's a dragon.
Now she's a dragon.
Was a goblin.
No, was a lizard.
she's
Leland.
she's like,
Leland's. I understand, like things. So she was a lizard at first, and then the thing with the captain happened, and then it was okay to tell you she was a dragon.
Hmm. So the captain made her a dragon.
No.
Sure.
she Ebony, during this whole thing, after being insulted, looks like she was trying to think of a comeback and then couldn't, and then she just got mad. Says, "Fine, I'm not gonna tell you anyway," and then she just flies away.
Oh no, Ebony, come on! I brought you trinkets.
She just sinks under the she just dives down into the water.
Oh, Ebony.
But the Monticellos are pretty hyped and very inquisitive as to why there's two of this guy now.
Oh yeah,
And why
I made
each
these
only
two.
has half of his brain.
They these are copies. They're going to help around the ship. I promise they're probably about 10 times as strong as any of you. So I'll allow them to deal with the heavy lifting. They are very noble heads on their shoulders, so they will keep the boat safe. Leland, did we ever get you weapons? We don't have any weapons.
Yeah, they
do
have
we?
they
Yes,
both
they
have
have
regular
great
great swords.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And breastplates, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it was
Let me
breastplates.
check.
The Monticellos are curious as to if the Lelands are familiar with bilges.
Is Leland familiar with bilges?
Would dumb Leland be familiar?
No, these are copies
close
of
enough.
Smart Leland. These are
Right,
perfect
right, but then I have
ones
no excuse to be dumb.
of- Okay, that's fair. You're right.
And he was dumb at level 7.
True.
They're not actually level 7, they're just half your HD.
Yeah, but it's
not like a
funny, so
snapshot.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's however Zeta made them, right?
I mean, I made him to be smart, but I like this plan too.
Make him dumb just because. Because remember, he was dumb,
Yeah.
or he was
Because-
actually average intelligence, but he just had to be dumb.
She just crafted the curse back into him
Oh no,
twice.
Craft the curse into the simulacrums.
that'd be too cruel.
So, when I say it's listing heavily to the front, you guys are on like a 20-degree angle. And,
Okay, I guess Leland's should go check downstairs, see if we're sinking.
yeah, the Monticellos are basically propositioning the idea that they just open the bilge, put the Lelands in the bilge, and close the bilge.
Very well. We will do just that.
Alright. Is there anything else you're doing while you're on the boat?
Yeah, we're gonna cast Lesser Demiplane, but that's gonna take like an hour to do. So, you let the Lelands do whatever.
Okay.
How are you gonna get back to Alkenstar?
Hold on. We need a Dan update.
Oh, yeah, how's Dan doing?
Dan is suffering in a way that he didn't think he could suffer.
He's been to so many tea parties.
He's
Oh,
they've somehow fashioned a dress out of sacks.
a lot of sex.
They've somehow managed to color the dress in very bright colors. He's got a little sun hat. They've removed all of his Asmodean iconography.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
This is what you get. This is what happens to traitors.
It's okay. He probably deserves it.
It's like
Who is Dan again?
Dan's the Lemure.
Oh, okay.
Off the record, fuck Francis.
Wow. Wow.
I don't want your fucking +7s anymore.
Okay.
Keep your +7s to yourself.
Sure. I'll give them to everyone else. Except for who was that from? Radis Dawn? Either
Yes.
Because it was off the record, so sure.
But okay, so you cast your Demi-Flame?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly refreshing the timer on it and extending its duration, or it's extending its halls, because it's a thing that it does.
Okay. And then are you planning on going back to Alkenstar?
Yeah.
Okay. But how are you getting there?
Creator teleport.
Okay. I think you need the caster level check to get in there as well.
Alright. We'll take. No, we don't want that. 20. Okay, we'll take that. That plus 19.
Okay. And you round the corner and you're there.
We'll go ahead and leave the Lelands on the boat. We
Okay.
Don't need the,
Perfect. So we'll probably end here. Mostly because I'm gonna have to get with Nathaniel separately at some point and figure out how two level 7 Lelands are gonna interact with Merfolk.
But I have their sheets assembled.
Perfect.
I did not adjust skill ranks because fuck it. But
Yeah.
other
Just-
than that, I believe
Yeah.
everything is correct.
Because literally the Monticellos noticed the sinking, opened the bilge, and then there was some aggression that came out of the bilge, so they just closed the bilge. And now they're just gonna throw the Lelands in there and close the bilge. Oh, yeah, it's a good plan. Open the
Do I need
door.
to do another roll for the snips gun?
Yes, I need another roll for Snip's gun, and I actually need
Oh.
the roll. Ooh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
hero point
Discuss the
that.
hero point thing later.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna get the rolls out of you.
So 30.
I'm away from the computer
I
right
hero
now.
pointed on
Oh.
the snips gun because I don't want that one.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. The one would have been a setback.
Yeah.
At least this is, forward progress. Yeah, I
Then-
mean, even though it's slow progress, the Snips gun, you feel like as long as nothing goes catastrophically wrong, you probably finish it the next day.
Okay, and then the other gun?
Did you want to make a roll on it? Because I think,
Yeah.
well, are you gonna make a roll on it because of the contract?
That's right. I have to decide if I'm
You
gonna
should
take it
just
or not.
decide over the week, and then whether or not you take it, you can contribute or not to the next gun check. And
Okay.
we'll deal with the gun check thing for Radis at that point as well. Just everyone remind me that he's taking he's going into overdrive for it.
I have guns to figure out for Zeta, Francis and Leland.
Oh, here's a thought. Instead of sitting on your ass doing nothing for the contract, potentially use that time to do the other job or participate in the other job.
Well, that's what I'm thinking we're gonna do.
Alright. I'm gonna kill off old Stremo.
As an option.